It's a hockey night in Pittsburgh.
And I'll meet you in the schoolyard, baby, for all the marbles.
Loose change and I can't buy a thing. I'm like a song.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. FiberNew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Gonna get up, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Cross ice, and it comes back to Lucas Bloss. Hey, rookie, welcome to the show, the Penguins Cup Championship show, the Penguins Cup playoff show, and the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars putting on a show.
Tell the boys and girls I just don't care.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Get ready, Pittsburgh! Experience a night out in the town and the thrill of live music. Trusky Entertainment brings you the hottest concerts and unforgettable events right here in the Steel City. Visit TruskyEntertainment.com to grab your tickets today and don't miss out on the best live music in Pittsburgh.
Ah, look at him, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, climbing his way through the corporate rat race. We've all been there, focused on that next raise, promotion, chocolate bar. Keeping an eye on your health can be exhausting. Weight Loss Direct is a personalized wellness and weight loss program. We utilize an AI algorithm to determine your specific foods and match you with a real-life coach and an easy-to-follow meal plan so you could stay on track to success and health. Check out weightlossdirect.com to learn more.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's official health insurance marketplace. How can I help?
Would preventative care and screenings be an option?
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest cost on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
What a wonderful day!
Welcome to Temple Strength and Sport Performance, where we empower you to reach new heights in strength, speed, and athletic performance. Temple is here to support you every step of the way. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned athlete, join him in Jefferson Hills, Pennsylvania, and discover the difference. For more information, call 412-527-1755. Start your journey with us today.
2 jumbo iced caramel drizzle peppermint mochaccino.
Extra caramel.
That's us. I'd love to join you guys at the beach house for a few days, but between my job and the kids, it's just not that easy. Not to mention, how am I squeezing into a bikini after this winter?
Keeping off extra pounds while balancing a family and a career can be tough. And 500-calorie coffees won't get you there either. Weight Loss Direct provides a 24/7 support and one-on-one coaching to keep you on track and guarantee you success and health. Start your journey at weightlossdirect.com.
And it's a hockey night in Pittsburgh.
And I'll meet you in the schoolyard, baby, for all the marbles.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. FiberNew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
And it comes back to Lucas Blows. Hey, rookie, welcome to the show, the Penguins Cup Championship show, the Penguins Cup playoff show, and the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars putting on a show. Tell the boys and girls I just don't care.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
And it's a hockey night in Pittsburgh.
And I'll meet you in the schoolyard, baby, for all the marbles.
Loose change and I can't buy a thing. I'm like a
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the RMU Island Sports Center here in Neville Township, Pennsylvania. It is a big day here at the Island as we have the inaugural the Penguins Cup winners. Well, I'm even screwing this up. They're messing me up today. It's a D2 game. We have the East versus West. It's the Challenge Cup. My name is Brian Mitchell alongside Bob Orcus at the Island. Bob, what do you think about what we've got going on here?
Well, good to be alongside of you, Brian.
Yeah.
I think it's a great thing, right? The first ever Challenge Cup. When you could say that, right? Inaugural, first ever. You get some love here for the D2 schools and East meeting West, which is usually the theme of this day. So it's a great way to spend breakfast on the island, right, to get us underway with D2. Burrell, even though they are the runners-up in D2, they are here. You'll explain more about that. And Pope John Patriots. Interesting story on both sides because both of these schools are co-ops. We'll talk more about that as we progress.
Well, yeah, I'm going to start with the Pope John Patriots. Of course, the Pope John Patriots, the ICSHL champions regular season and postseason, ran the table 16-2-1 on the season, had 141 goals in the 19 games they played. That's a 7.42 goals per game. On the opposite side of that, they had a 3.21 goals against, only 61 goals given up all season. Tops in the league, ran that division, and big story about them, it's their first year as a co-op between John Paul and Archbishop Carroll.
So Archbishop Carroll ran into some numbers issues, which is sometimes the case, as we know here in the PIHL. And so they got together with Pope John Paul II, two schools kind of cooperated. We had a chance to talk to Coach Tom Pohl and John Weiss and Brian Vasaluzzo, their assistants, and even the players said it was just such a great integration between those two schools. So the first year's a co-op does a great thing. They won 7 straight games. They won 10 of their last 11. Burrell had 12 straight wins till they lost to Morgantown. But they got a co-op, and we had a chance, you and I, to talk to Drew Burkett before the game. It's interesting because their co-op is Valley, Highlands, Riverview, and Penn Hills. And several of those schools are rivals in other sports. But once you're in the locker room, once you're on the ice, it's all friendly together as a team. So they are here even though they lost to Morgantown 5-1 on Tuesday.
Well, let's discuss that elephant in the room. Why is it Burrell and not Morgantown? A lot of this has been going on in social media. I've had to answer some questions as to why that game wasn't from Tuesday was not the game that we played today. Morgantown isn't here. It's Burrell. Morgantown is based in West Virginia. They already played for the West Virginia state title. And because even though it's not officially a state championship game, it is still an East versus West Pennsylvania game. So they wanted the best out of Pennsylvania, and Burrell, being the number 2 seed for the PIHL, had the opportunity. And there were some questions that surrounded whether Burrell was going to be in this game because of their nationals bid. Did they want to play in this game? Was an option for them, and Deer Lakes would have been had an opportunity to play had they not. So there were chances for another team, but it was always going to be played as the best available team from the East versus West for the Challenge Cup here today.
And that kind of lines up with the thought process during the regular season, because there are teams outside of Division II from West Virginia not eligible for the Penguin Cup playoffs. So it's truly an East versus West. Technically not a state championship game like the next 3 will be. Single A, 2A, 3A, full day here at Robert Morris. So I can't think of a better way to start off a great Saturday than having this inaugural Challenge Cup game.
And we've got a lot of fun coming up. You've got some really good hockey from the state of Pennsylvania to be showcased here today. And it is what it is. It's a showcase. It's for your best players from both sides, your best teams from both sides, just getting together and playing some hockey. It's wonderful. It's a way to end the season on a high note.
For John Paul, right, it's probably all great aside from the fact that some of those kids got up at 1 o'clock in the morning to make the trip out west. So a little easier for the Burrell Buccaneers in that aspect.
And they haven't played since
February 27th. Yes, almost a whole month. Kids playing club hockey, right, and practicing, but they haven't been together as a team. There you see a couple of the assistant coaches right there, Coach Weiss, Coach Poole in the middle, Coach Vasaluzzo. So interesting dynamic, but as we talked about them before the game, right, with the Patriots coaching staff and the kids, it's one more game together as a team, right?
Yep.
And it's a big one, too. It's for bragging rights in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
And the beautiful thing about this day, neither of these teams have seen each other. So you're going to see some really good hockey of trying to figure out the next team's move, trying to adjust and trying to see, it's a game of coaching in this level.
You saw Drew Burkett right there, Brian. They got to get up, so they had to get up for a D2 championship. Now they got to get motivated, which they said they are, right, since losing to Morgantown for this Challenge Cup. Then they got to leave on Tuesday to get motivated for a national championship. So a lot going on for the kids in the program at Burrell.
And you bring up about national championships and all that. Drew Burkett, his assistant coaches are Bryce Schuler and Chance Watkins, a pair of captains for those squads. Drew, of course, the goaltender during that 2019 national the championship run for them. You look at these guys, you take that experience and you go, but on the opposite side, Tom Poole, he mentioned the 1980, he won the Pennsylvania Cup with Carroll.
That was his lead, right? 1980 PA Cup in 3A. My name's on that trophy. That's a great start for Tom Poole.
Absolutely, and we're going to get to the introductions here for Austin McLean. We'll be back momentarily here at the Island.
Today, the PIHL presents the Division II High School Championship between the Pope John Patriots and the Burrell Bucs. And now, introducing ROA team, the ISCHL regular season and playoff champions, the Pope John Patriots. Number 2, Noah Owen. Number 3, Braden Vasaluzzo. Number 4, Michael Coney. Number 9, Colin McCarthy. Number 13, John Weiss. 15, Miller Finkelmeyer. Number 16, Eric Corey. Number 16, Cordays Armstrong. Number 18, Jack Simonic. Number 19, Aiden Conley. Number 22, Jude Whitecap. Number 28, Chase Wensling. Number 29, Chris Ray. Number 31, Jonah Wisniewski. Number 32, Henry Banks. Number 34, Mario DeWeese. Number 38, Alex Marini. Number 44, Sean Peacock. Number 53, Jack Schrader. Number 64, Ben Ferraro. Number 77, Matthew Marquez. Number 83, Kaylee Morris. Number 86, Daniel Gravel. And number 96, Joseph Marini. The head coach for the Patriots is Tom Cole. Assistant coaches, John Weiss and Ryan Pasaluso. Ladies and gentlemen, the Pope John Patriots. And now, introducing your home team, the runner-up in the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Hockey League Division II, the Burrell Bucs. Number 5, Dante Taliani. Number 7, Adam Shepton. Number 8, Jacob Rose. Number 9, Raiden Snyder. Number 11, Joey Kemp. Number 15, Luke Mink. Number 18, Matty George. Number 26, Jared Wall. Number 33, Landon Johnson. Number 34, Aiden Petrov. Number 59, Mason Simmons. Number 62, Harry Hensel. Number 65, Cooper Bryce. Number 72, Mike Julius. Number 77, Asher Ross. Number 84, Ryan Burkett. Number 86, Aaron Hall. Number 88, Forrest Bear. Number 89, Mikey Marazic. Number 96, Dom Rosa. And number 98, Benjamin Burkhardt. The head coach for the Bucs is Drew Burkett. Assistant coaches, Bryce Shore and Chance Watkins. Tonight's linesmen are Frank Stone and Ed Miller. Tonight's referees are Tom Farmery and Brian Buckholz. And tonight's goal judges are Nick Miller and Jeff Pickering. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for your 2025 Pennsylvania Class Division II Challenge Cup finalists. At this time, we ask you to please rise. As you are able, remove your hats and direct your attention to the flags beside the scoreboard for the playing of our national anthem.
Twilight
Well, Mr. Orcus, away we go. It is time for the Division II Challenge Cup here. East versus West, Burrell and Pope John Patriots.
The anticipation is over, Brian, right? You drop the puck, you take a hit, you get a shot, you make a save. It's just hockey after that, right?
They're the ones in control here. We're just out here to call it for you guys at home. And thank you for watching on TenbandTV. Once again, my name is Brian Mitchell, alongside Bob Orcus here for this very big inaugural first time ever Open Division Pennsylvania High School Hockey Championship.
Also, that's a great thing, right? And then those who know, those who follow, normally the state championships flip. There have been a few years that it's been centrally located, but out east last year, usually in Westchester. Back here this year at the RMU ISC right here, Robert Morris University Island Sports Complex on Neville Island, which is a great host and a great partner to the PIHL teams. And so we're glad to be here, glad to bring it to you. If you couldn't make the trip from out east, if you couldn't make the trip from the AK Valley, we're glad you're watching on TenbandTV.
Or maybe you just can't operate before 11 o'clock on a Saturday, and we're here for you anyway.
Normally that happens, but thankfully there's this thing called caffeine, which helps us.
I had a coffee, I have a rock star, I'm working on a vitamin water for the hydration. We're going to get through this, don't worry, sir. The Burrell Bucs are in white with the blue and dark blue lettering. The Patriots black with the red lettering, white trim. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Mrazek is going to step in with Corey, and we have the opening faceoff here in the Challenge Cup. It's one back to Kemp. Kemp across. He's going to pass it over for Adam Sheftick. He's going to bring it in. Mrazek's going to get caught up, and Forrest Baird's going to chase it around. It's going to be taken down by Vasiluzzo. If I mess up a couple names, I apologize. Kemp on the backhand will throw this one out of play. In the 16:42, we will have a face-off coming up to the right of starter Jonah Wisniewski.
So a couple things there. You see a shot that's deflected by Julian Kemp. He scored the only goal in the D2 championship loss. He'll be out there a lot, right? Number 11 in the white and dark blue. He gets a lot of ice time. The other thing, Jonah Wisniewski, you can't tell, but that kid's got a great head of hair. That's the first thing we came out of the box was there, but they talked about his demeanor. There's a nice shot block, block by one of his teammates right there.
Okay, so we want it, it'll be brought back out. Kemp will dump it in. They'll have an icing call to come all the way down to the left of Cooper Price. Price, the senior from Burrell, a 190 goals against average and an 895 save percentage, 2 shutouts on the season for Price.
Yeah, Price during the regular season in D2 in the PIHL, number 1 in wins with 14. No surprise that Wisniewski is in net. 20 games, 20 starts, 20 games played for Jonah Wisniewski.
16-2-1 for Wisniewski. He was an 854 save percentage and a 321 goals against average. He brought in. Here comes Kemp. Kemp will pick it up and he'll go back beside his net. Come in along the half wall. Baird will take the puck and pass it to Mrazek. Mrazek comes in across the blue line, gets around, tries to get around one defender. That was Vasiluzzo, could not get to it, so Mrazek will have to take it on the half wall. Back up for Baird. Baird to Kemp, blocked. It's going to be picked up and brought out, but Kemp's going to be right there to grab that puck. It's going to be dumped in to top of the circles. Comes in. Wait, coming around, shot just wide and goes up along the half wall back to the point in front of the benches. That'll be dumped in by Taliani. He'll come back around, picked up by the Patriots and dumped out. It'll go back out for Ben Burkhart. Burkhart throws one in that comes off Stewart. Up to Mink. Lucas Mink will bring this one and dump it in. That will be an offside. 15:40 remaining here in the first frame.
We got Eric Corey who blocked that shot initially. He'll need a new twig. That composite, the blade came off of his stick. You see him picking it up right there. One thing to note about Burrell, Drew Burkett confirmed this again. They like to shoot the puck. They had over 140 shots in their 3 Penguins Cup playoff games. So they like pressure in the zone. They like putting rubber at the opposing team's goalie.
Aiden Cunning will pass this one out, and it'll come out to Simonek. He'll carry it out of the zone. Mink gets a stick up high, but he's going to have to be able to get it across, back around. Taliani will bounce this one out. Bray can't keep it in the zone, so it's going to be picked up by Taliani. He has Burkett to his right. He just drops that one back looking for Mink, but it's going to be picked up by the Patriots and dumped back out the center. Holm will dump this one along the half wall. Bray dumps it in back out, and Mink waits up along the boards, but Simonek will pick it up and carry it across the blue. Into the zone, top of the circles, tries to get around, takes a big hit there. Looks like from Forrest Baird, and it's an opportunity here for Mink. Mink comes in, stick check there by Wisniewski. Back out, Taliani gets top of the circle, dumps that one in. It'll be blocked and put back along the half wall. Bray will dump this one back out.
That was a good opportunity, Brian, by Mink, but he could never turn it. He wanted to get the puck off his backhand to the forehand to get a clean shot on the breakaway, but he could just never turn it over.
Yeah, that was a very big opportunity for the Bucs early, who are not very, I won't say they're not happy, but they're a little bit stung, and they're taking this game seriously after what is out on Tuesday night.
Yeah, motivation, right? You lose to Morgantown, you'll need some more motivation to the national championships, but you got it today. Neither team, though, has really registered a shot yet in the early going.
Jared Wall tries to get it through a couple Patriots, cannot do so. It's going to be picked up and dumped back in by Aaron Holm. It'll go back behind, and that'll be Brayden Vasaluzzo behind the net. He'll pass it up, and it'll come back outside of the zone for Perini. Perini passes one across, and that'll go to Sean Peacock. Dumps one on net. It'll be blocked out. Michael Kineen behind the net. It'll be picked up and carrying the other way. That's going to be Jared Wall. Wall brings it in, has a little opportunity. Throws one to the center. Oh, stick check on Rosa. Was able to keep the puck from going on the cage. Picked up by Michael Kineen. He's going to carry it along in front of his benches across the blue line. Into the zone. Shot on. Save. Price. Rebound all open. It'll be blocked, and Julian Kemp will carry it out of the zone. Head of steam. Passes, finds Mike Mrazek, but it's going to bounce off his stick. Back down. Backhands this one across. Looking for Kemp. Kemp will take it. A little bit of pressure there from Henry Banks, and it'll have to go back behind. It'll be picked up by Vasaluzzo. Baird comes in, throws one up. Kemp one not ready for it, so it's going to go back into the Burrell zone. They'll regroup. 13-19 remaining.
Cooper Price has his first save off the books. Good opportunity on a 2-on-1 by Burrell, but it was broken up by Joe Perini.
Kemp brings it in behind the cage. He's going to pick up a little bit of pressure there from Chris Bray. It's going to come back across, and it's going to be tapped out by the Patriots. Carrying it out is Alex Perini. Bray will dump this one back out. Picked up by Mike Mrazek. Tips this one around. Waits, thinks about it, gets a little bit of pressure there from Noah Hogue. Conglomerate in front of the Patriots bench. Kemp will come out with it. Kemp takes the shot. It's going to be two Patriots on him. They'll bounce it along the boards. Bray behind the net. Bounces one around Mrazek. And that looks like Taliani couldn't get to it. No, sorry, that was Snyder couldn't get to it, so it's going to be the Patriots stumping back into the zone. That'll be picked up. Mario DeWeese, the leading scorer for the Patriots, is going to be in that little mix-up, but Rose will take the puck, and Jake Rose will dump this one around looking for Kemp, but it's going to be picked up by Eric Corey. Corey throws one on, save made, rebound. Mrazek runs into his own teammate, Kemp. They'll regroup, throw this one back out, and they'll go the length of the ice, and that will be an icing call. 12:01 remaining here in the first frame.
First two shots of the game registered by the Patriots from Pope John Paul. Just couldn't get the puck out. Here's the second one. It was a good pinch in on the right wing boards by Eric Corey. Then a shot from the low goal line that Price handled. A lot of family going on today. Talked about, you already said Perini. So got the Perini brothers, Joe Perini and Alex. We've got Kineen brothers as well for Pope John Paul. And John Weiss and Brian Vasaluzzo, their assistant coaches. They both coach their son. And Drew Barkett's brother, Ryan, is on the team. So a whole bunch of family connections both ways.
All over the place. Snyder's going to take a shot, just goes wide of the cage. Rebound comes up. Oh, Wisniewski did not see it. It was an opportunity there. I believe that was
Snyder.
Was that Snyder with the opportunity? All right.
Had an open net to shoot at, too. I think it might have been blocked by one of the D-men.
Wisniewski was facing the other way. Opportunity coming back. Taliani will take this in front of the Patriots bench. He's going to carry it in. Opportunity gets around up, and he gets around the next one. He's going to go back behind. Wisniewski up through looking for Burkett. Nobody home. Julius will chase it down, but Kemp's going to get there first. He'll wait, think about it, and see if he's going to use his defensive partner. Nope, he's going to throw this one all the way out, off and over the stick of Mink, and that'll be an icing call. 11-12 remaining here in the first.
Brian, we should also mention Dave Burkett, right, who's the manager for Burrell. Unsung heroes.
Oh, yeah.
Team managers for these squads, no matter what league and what part of the state you're in. Those guys are the unsung heroes.
And we mentioned in the we didn't say it in the pregame, but you talk about those two captains for the Burrell Bucs. We friendly faces there. Chance Watkins was their assistant coach. He's not here today, it doesn't look like, but Bryce Schuller is. He was the captain of that team that went to the 2019 national champion. So a lot of friendly faces with Chance Watkins when he's here, and he's able to at least translate between the coaching staff and the players as he played with a lot of them last year.
Yeah, he's young, just a year removed. Had a couple head coaches like that. Tom Pohl is the head coach. The other I mentioned, He played for Archbishop Carey, coached Archbishop Carey, coached his son, actually, TJ was a goalie. And he talked about a really smooth transition between the two parochial schools out east.
The Patriots will dump this one back into the zone. Chasing it down is Daniel Gravel. It'll be picked up by Sheftick. He'll dump this one up along the half wall. It'll be picked up. Sheftick will get that back. He's going to try to tip one around. It's going to have to go back for Rosa. Rosa regroups. Only a junior this year. Dom Rosa. A sophomore this year. One of the few 10 sophomores on this squad. Jared Wall, the other one, for the Burrell Bucs. Mrazek tries to get to the puck. Big hit there by Ross. They'll regroup back down, picked up, and Kemp comes outside of the zone. They'll pass it across looking for Sheftick. He'll have to regroup back into his own zone. 10:08 remaining here in the first. Back around looking for Julian Kemp. Kemp leading the Bucs in scoring this season. The three-way tie for goals on the regular season with 22, but he had 43 points on the year and led them in power play assists. Weird stat to keep, but we kept it, so I'm going to use it. Here we go, back behind. Shot on, save made, and out of play.
So another turnover for the Buccaneers. There's the high shot that comes wide. They get an opportunity down low. They've got all the shots in this game. You see that one was deflected away. So Cooper Price has made a couple saves. Wisniewski at the other end has not yet faced an official shot, but the two best opportunities, the Mink chance where he could not turn the puck over, backhand, forehand, and the 2-on-1 that was deflected when he couldn't find the puck. But all four shots in the early going favoring the Patriots.
And here comes Taliani back into the zone. Taliani tries to get around a defender. Big stick check again. Rebound comes on to Luke Mink.
Active stick by Wisniewski, right?
Absolutely. That's the second time I've seen him come out
Taliani
with
puts the puck. He tries to retrieve it, puts it through the legs of the D, and Wisniewski doing his job, right? Poke checks it away.
I think it's the hair, man. I think it's the hair.
Well, it certainly got something. They talked about his demeanor. It's a cool demeanor, they said. Calm, cool, quiet confidence. And they said he's able to shrug goals off, right? You need to. Unlike a player, you make a bad play, you can get to the bench and get a rash goaltender. You need to shrug it off right away.
Ryan Burkett brings it in, gives it to Luke Mink. Mink shoots, scores! Luke Mink gets the Burrell Bucs on the board 9 minutes into the contest here, and it's 1-0 Burrell.
So their first official shot comes from the left point. There you see Luke Mink, who was one of the three players with 22 goals, uses the screen right there. Two Pope John Patriots in the way. And Wisniewski can't see it. And it goes up and over his left shoulder into the top corner. And Luke Mink, who had 2 goals during the Penguin Cup playoffs, has a goal here, the first goal in the Challenge Cup, giving the Bucs the lead.
Using that double screen to his advantage in 9 minutes, Burrell takes the lead 1-0 home. Will take the puck. Shot will be blocked by Vasaluzzo. Back down to go Wall. Wall behind the cage gets hit big time by Vasaluzzo. It'll be cleared back out, picked up and carried out by the Patriots. They'll run into each other. That's Michael Kineen. Kineen has to lose the puck up. Coming back the other way is Burrell. They have a 3-on-2 or 3-on-1, depending on how you want to count it. Rosa drops it back. Simmons looks for the shot. It's going to be blocked. Rebound is going to be inside of a Patriots player, and it's going to come back out, cleared out of the zone where Snyder will have to regroup back at center.
It was a good second opportunity right for Jared Wall in front. Couldn't get the pass, so still just that one shot. By the way, the goal officially Mink from Ryan Burkett and Dante Taliani for the Buccaneers.
There we go. Luke Mink with the goal. There was a former player that they had up there that I can't remember his name, but it just keeps touching with me on 15, and I got to remember who it was. So this is me doing it for years. Back, Mrazek shot, save, May goes back. Back behind Vesolano.
Net comes off its moorings, I believe.
It's a Robert Morris tradition.
It is.
And
we're going to get a penalty. Sorry, a cross-check. Center ice referee, the trail official, makes that call. I believe it's going to be against Braden Vasaluzzo, one of the alternates.
Vasaluzzo will head off. 7:48 remaining here in the first.
Burrow during the regular season, 31.7% on the power play, which is third in Division II. They were 2 of 14, still playoffs continuing, so 2 of 14 during the Penguins Cup playoffs, and they've got the first power play opportunity here in this one.
Faceoff will be won by the Bucs. Back to Kemp. Kemp back up to Mrazek. Mrazek skates to the circle, so drop it back for Mink. Lucas Mink. He led the team in the league in power play goals with 9 this season. Back around Cooper Price.
Mink with a goal and assist. Now 2 goals, 3 goals and an assist, 1 and 1 in the All-Star game too. An All-Star for the Burrell Bucs earlier in this year.
Back around, he picked up and dumped out by the Patriots. 1:23 remaining in the penalty. 7:08 remaining in regulation.
That's a good job in the middle by Chris Bray, the defenseman, to defend the slot. And in one motion, steal and clear for the Patriots. They've killed off the first 50 seconds of the power play.
Mink brings it in along the half wall, passes around for Schneider. Schneider's shot will go up and out of play. 6:51 remaining in the period and 1:04 remaining in the power play.
That was Chris Bray once again, the defenseman, with a good stick. We see Mike Mrazek, the leading scorer. Mrazek has points in 18 of 23 games on the season for Burrell. He has 117 career points, 54 goals, and 63 assists. He's part of the co-op. He's a Riverview student playing for Burrell. No hockey at Riverview, unless you play on the deck, which is a different breed in its own, which is always active.
Plenty of opportunities. That's what I usually play up there. I play in Penn Hills a lot.
Oh,
so
okay. Good, very good.
Former player. I don't think I play as much anymore, but my team still does. Back in Kemp. Top of the circle's back. Mrazek shot tipped around back for Kemp.
I'm very old, Brian, so we didn't have decks back when I played. It was concrete and road rash.
Well, it doesn't help with your knees anymore. That's why I don't play anymore. Converted goalie.
Me as well. But there's a goalie right there, makes a good save, Wisniewski.
You make a good point about this open division, and it's one thing to remember. It's an opportunity for these kids that are playing at schools, that don't have hockey programs, to be able to play scholastic hockey. And that's what the open division's all about. That's why you said they had problems with Archbishop Carroll. You had a numbers problem. Now you come in with another school. These kids have an opportunity to play scholastic high school hockey. Might not be for your school, but you get an opportunity.
From the kids' perspective, right, you're playing hockey. From the program's perspective, it's a chance to reset, right, and build a program up when numbers are down. You can get down in the open division in the PIHL. That's what it's there for. We've seen teams with great success go down to the open division, rebuild, and go back up to higher classifications and be successful.
Wall takes that puck. He's going to throw one across the slot. It's going to be dumped back out. Penalty had expired, 5:04. And here we go. Vesalano will take this one in. He's going to take a slapper right through the crease. It's going to be brought back out to DeWeese. DeWeese will dump this one behind. The shot on. Save made. Price. Big save on a shot by Eric Corey. Rebound comes out. Shot by Canine. And it'll be cleared all the way down the length of the ice.
How about a left toe save for Cooper Price, the Highlands student, and then gets back to the opposite side. So a left toe save at the near post, and the other save on the rebound came at the opposite post. So here you see the first save coming in, the pass in front. It's Vasaluzzo came out of the penalty box, so good centering pass. There's the left toe save. Here's the rebound and the shot high. We didn't get to that, and he absorbed that one. So Cooper Price has done his job in the early going, with the Bucs maintaining the 1-0 lead.
Face-off will be won back by the Bucs. Julius will dump this one around, looking for Mink. Mink on the half wall, dumps this one up to Burkett. Burkett has Taliani up in front. He looks for him. It just goes under his stick. It goes the length. Taliani gets there. Opportunity Burkett. Oh, stick check out and cleared out by the Patriots. It'll be cleared up past Finkelmeyer. Mink. Taliani back behind, and it'll be an icing call.
We saw Braden Vasaluso right there create those opportunities for Pope John. He's a senior, one of the alternates. He's going to go to Penn State, most likely to study business. He's going to play club hockey there. He said it's talked to him, both him and his dad, talking about the father-son coach-player relationship. He said it's been a great thing. Coach Brian Vasaluso said he's coached Braden since mites. And Braden said, he pushes me to be a leader and to be a better person, and that's a great father-son, coach-player relationship right there.
Absolutely. Mink had an opportunity with Taliani, but it was passed through on the give and go, and they'll have to come back in. It'll be Simonek on the half wall to dump this one behind. We'll go out looking for a Patriot in front. Unfortunately, Julius will take this one outside of the zone. Mink tips this around. Opportunity here. Luke Mink brings it in with Burkett. Luke Mink shoots. Scores! Luke Mink with his second here. 4:20 remaining in the first frame, and That one was a little more straightforward than the last one.
So 2 throughout the playoffs, 2 for Mick. Here's the key right there. Tips it past the D, so he's 2-on-1. He uses Ryan Burkett as a decoy, comes down the right side, and fires it up over top 2 times now. He's beaten Jonah Wisniewski over the left shoulder. He's got 2. The Bucs have 2, and a 2-0 lead. That goal coming at 12:40 of the first period.
And he had Burkett coming down the side, meaning that Wisniewski had to pay attention to that, had to know that was a possibility.
So
he
right,
had to honor it.
In a 2-on-1, right,
Yeah.
you can have your defenseman take you shooter or pass as a goaltender. You got to guess one way or the other. And Luke Mink, no doubter. 2 during the Penguin Cup playoffs, 2 here this morning for the Buccaneers for Luke Mink, one of their alternate captains.
Absolutely. Here we go. The Patriots are going to try to get this one around Forrest Baird. Back down behind it will go for Eric Corey. Corey dumps one around. Mikey Mrazek will take this one, throws one over for Holm. Holm has shot tipped, goes back behind the cage. Picked up and carrying out Chase Wentling. Wentling passing up, looking for Perini.
Good job by Aaron Holm to deny that stretch pass.
They'll come back out. Corey's shot, glove down by the goaltender Cooper Price, and he'll hold on. 3:33 remaining here in the first frame. 2-0, Burrell leading.
7 saves now for Cooper Price. The 2-1 during the Penguin Cup playoffs. Cooper Price won with an .839 save percentage and 333 goals against, but he's been perfect to start this one in the Challenge Cup.
Corey wins the face-off forward, throws one on net. It goes behind the cage. Corey will get his own rebound, throws one back out to the point. That'll be Kaneen. Kaneen's shot will go wide of the cage. Wall in the near corner. Wall coming out, a little bit of pressure, gets around a defender, looks for the tip from Simmons. Simmons tips it back out to Wall. Wall looking up fronted. He had Rosa there, but Rosa unable to finish up the play, so it goes back out.
Michael Kaneen with a nice breakup. That was a good little tip pass by Simmons to create that 2-on-1 opportunity from the blue line for Burrell.
Vasaluso will take this one behind the cage. He'll backhand this one across for Michael Kaneen. Kaneen back out and dumped out by the Patriots, looking for DeWeese. DeWeese, their big gun for the Patriots. Simmons bringing it into the zone, top of the circle, shot just off the foot of Simmons. Opportunity there for Wall, couldn't finish it up. Wall back for Rosa in his skates. Rosa dipsy doodles around, back out to the point. That'll be shot on by Harry Hensel. Back to Wall. Wall in the circle. Comes in, looks for the backhand, throws one across, and it'll be picked up by Snyder. Snyder's shot will be tipped out back behind, and in the corner, that'll be Mason Simmons. Simmons leaves it for Rosa. Rosa thinks about it, comes back up off the half wall, comes into the circle, gets around a couple defenders, throws one that bounces through the crease and off of Wall's stick. Back up to Hensel. Hensel will dump this one down for Rosa. Big hit there by Kaneen on Rosa, and it's going to go out of the zone. Mink, with 2 already, takes the puck back along the blue line, dumps it out for Simmons, and it'll be regrouped by the Patriots.
Even though just 3 shots, you can see why Burrow averages in the playoffs over 40 shots a game, which is their goal, right? They like to hit 40 shots. Even their defensemen, they like to funnel it to the net, right? Front of the net, great scoring real estate. And that works for the Burrell Buccaneers. You mentioned for Pope John, 7.4 goals a game, 6.6 for the Buccaneers during their season.
A lot of run and gun here, a lot of players, a lot of active defensemen for both of these squads, and you're talking about one that just had the puck, Julian Kemp, the leading scorer for the Bucs. Taliani tips one through. Big hit comes through.
That was Vasaluso.
Yeah, Vasaluso coming through and stepping up on the junior from Burrell. Back around Kemp. Stick checks there. He's the acting captain here today for these Burrell Bucs. Back in, Taliani comes back around. Has Burkett. Thinks about it, gets back behind the cage. 1 minute remaining in the frame. Burkett looks for the tip in front. Kemp all alone, backhand shot, scores! 3-0 Bucs. 53.5 seconds remaining here in the first frame. Just looked like a broken play in front.
And they're coming over, yeah. No, a little subdued reaction. It was a broken play. Kemp, who scored against Morgantown, scores this one. He had 5 points during the Penguin Cup playoffs. Julian Kemp now has points in 19 of his last 20 games. So we talked about 3 goal scorers with 22 each. Mrazek hasn't scored. But Kemp had 22. He's got 2 today, during the regular season, that is. Mink had 22. He's got the 2 goals today. Kemp's got 1. And the Bucs have a 3-0 lead with a late goal here in period number 1.
Corey will win the faceoff. It's going to be passed back out. That's going to find Perini. He's going to have that one bounce back off of Kemp. Back around. Wall will pick up the puck. He'll take the puck through the crease. Out past the circles, across the red, across the opposite blue. Wall with a head of steam brings it in. Has Burkhardt in front. Nobody home. Back around. Kemp shot. Goes back behind. Corey. Waits, throws one up along to the half wall. Patriots looking to regroup. Perini tips this one back out. Kemp waits, backs off a little bit into the circle. 17 seconds remaining to go in the frame. Kemp just skates this one in with Corey all over him. A little bit of pressure. He'll just dump this one up across, and it'll be picked up by the Patriots. With 7 seconds remaining, they'll dump this one back in past Price, and it'll just be held on to by Kemp with 2-1, and that will be the end of the first frame. With your score, the Burrell Bucs 3, the Pope John Patriots nothing here at the RMU Island Sports Center in the D2 Challenge Cup. I'm here with Bob Orcus. We'll be back momentarily with your second frame here at the Island.
It's a hockey night in Pittsburgh.
And I'll meet you in the schoolyard, baby, for all the marbles.
Loose change and I can't buy a thing. I'm like a
And it's a hockey night in Pittsburgh.
And I'll meet you in the schoolyard, baby, for all the marbles.
loose change and I can't buy a thing. I'm like a
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. FiberNew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Back in action here at the Island. There's an icing call right away. Apologize about the delay there. It was going to be brought back in to the Burrell section. And Brian Mitchell with Bob Orcus here. RMU Island Sports Center. Burrell leading the Pope John Patriots 3-0 in the Division II Challenge Cup. The inaugural one, first one that we ever had. Honor to be here on the call with you, Bob, and just in general for this big game.
No question. It's always fun to be involved with the state championships. So we got the first ever D2 Challenge Cup, so that's always a big thing. And here come the Bucs with a turnover and an odd man break.
Mrazek's going to pass this one out to Baird. Baird's going to throw the one on Cage and held on to Wisniewski.
Scoring-wise in the first period, Luke Mink from Ryan Burkett, Dante Taliani, 8 minutes even. Mink is second from Mike Elias and Aaron Holm at 12:40. And then Kemp from Taliani and Burkett with 53 seconds remaining. Shots 8-7, so Pope John had the first 6 shots, and Burrow closed that. They've got the 3-0 lead after the first 17 minutes.
Mink fires one off the face-off. It's going to be saved by Wisniewski, and it's going to be brought back out. Perini will let this one go for Burkett. He's trying to get to that.
2 goals for Mink, 2 points each for Taliani and Burkett for the Bucs.
There we go. Taliani going to get the puck back. Throws one across looking for Burkett. Passed all the way out to Vasiluzzo.
I want to say Taliani is active, but I think all of the D-men for Burrell are very active in their scheme.
DeWeese will bring this one in. It's going to be brought on, and out comes Holm. Holm passes one out, and that will be Kaneen. Back down around it goes. It will be Kaneen. Aiden Kaneen taking the puck this time.
Good low right circle shot that missed the net. Should be careful of Mario DeWeese. 28 goals, 33 assists. So 28 goals second in D2 in the ICSHL. And 61 points. Was number 1 along with the assist total. 3 hat tricks for DeWeese, the senior captain. He wants to play junior hockey. Not sure where, but wants to go next level.
Yeah, they had 6 players in the top 20 of the D2 scoring for the in the ICSHL. Deweese, Corey, Ferraro, Simonek, Canine, and Perini. So they have a lot of power, a lot of force. I mean, you don't outscore the rest of the teams by almost 50 goals for no reason and not have high scores.
You know, they were the top team. They were they beat the number 2 team, Roman Catholic, a couple times, including in the playoffs.
I got Wall coming on us up. Shot scores 4-0.
Is that a beauty or what, Brian Mitchell?
I mean, literally, you can't script it anymore.
So the speed itself is impressive. The finish, fantastic stop for Jared Wall. There's the end of it. Tipping, tacking, towing, stick handling. Goes backhand, forehand. 4-0 lead for the Burrell Buccaneers.
Sophomore only played in all 20 games this year, 15 points, 8 goals on the season. But that was just textbook. You know, you look to the future, got 2 more years of him.
That's him right there, right?
Yep.
No points during the Penguin Cup run, but a fantastic finish. The speed and the finish impressive. And Burrell's got the first 4 in the initial Challenge Cup game against Pope John.
It's going to be dumped back in off of a defender. Finkelmeyer, there's going to be a penalty coming up as the call comes from the trailing defender. Back across. Shot on Canine. Save made by Kemp, and that will be...
It's a Burrell penalty.
It's going to be a roughing call. And it's going to be against Ben Burkhart.
It's a Penny.com power play. Penny.com is Pennsylvania's official health insurance marketplace and the only place to get financial savings to help lower the cost of coverage and care. If you missed the open enrollment period, go to Penny.com and click Can I Apply to learn about your options. Penny.com, because you're worth protecting.
Absolutely. The Penny.com power play. The Burrell Bucs looking for a nickel here, looking for 5. It's going to, but the Pope John on the power play here. Back around it'll go. It'll be Michael Canine. Back around looking for Burkett. Shot on by Deweese, goes high and wide of the net.
He's the guy to look out for. Got a low shot from the left wing. Burrell, by the way, 72.7 during the season. There's a shot blocked. And 8 of 10. They've killed off 8 of 10 penalties during the Penguin Cup playoffs.
There's one thing you want to look at with this Pope John team. They only had 8 power play goals during the regular season.
I had to recheck that stat, too, because I thought it was a low number.
At 141
and a team that scores a lot of goals, right, Brian?
Yeah.
So we're on the same page, and we both probably double-check that number.
Bringing it in, that'll be Corey. Corey's shot will be just saved by Kemp and held on, too.
So Cooper Price, good job. Couple saves right there. And covering up the puck. The Bucs have killed off the first 44 seconds. There you see the opportunity coming through the neutral zone and down the right side with a low shot. And it gives a chance. Burrell, actually, one of the rare times you see Julian Kemp go off the ice.
Yeah.
That kid, he's got boundless energy. He plays a ton of high-quality minutes for the Burrell Buccaneers.
Forrest Baird will dump this one down. A penalty kill, so there will be no icing. 1:09 remaining in the power play. 14:10 remaining in the period.
I think it's a big juncture right now, Brian, for Pope John, right? Down 4-0. You'd love to get a power play goal, get on the board. Burrell knows that. They've done a good job so far killing off the first minute and 5.
Big hit along the boards here.
Forrest Baird and Mink were involved.
Bray will carry this one back into the zone on the half wall, passes back out to the point. Canine will dump this one in the near corner. That'll be Deweese back up. Canine will take the puck and throws one over to Deweese. Deweese shot. Save made. Rebound comes on. And that'll be picked up underneath and back to Canine. Canine at the circle. Throws one back up to the point. Shot on there by Perini.
Good stick save, right? Cooper Price deflecting that rebound to the corner. That's key rebound control.
Canine on the backhand shot. Scores! There's that goal that they needed to get. 4-1. 13-17 remaining here in the frame.
It's going to be Michael Canine. And they had that puck knocked away. You'll see it come here. They skate to the center point. It'll come to the left wing. And there's a little traffic right there. He turns around, wheels away from the defender as he spun on Mike Elias. And really no vision for Cooper Price. And the backhander is in by Michael Canine. He had 10 goals during the regular season. And he's got the first one. Talked about a big opportunity for Pope John. They're on the board, Brian, with a power play goal.
The one thing we didn't note beforehand was the penalty kill for the Burrell Bucs. It was mid-tier for the D2 level.
6, right in the middle.
Yep. and then they had 2 shorthanded goals all year, so they really weren't getting too many opportunities coming the other way for the way they scored. But Mrazek is going to get in here in the near corner. Mrazek throws one off of the skate of Vasaluzzo. Back down it goes. Mrazek looks up to the front. Baird shot. Will be saved or blocked. I didn't notice what happened there, but it'll go back around for Baird. Mrazek tips one around. He'll take it back to the top of the circles. And it'll be the slot. Back down it goes. It'll come back out. Passed out. Here comes Deweese. Deweese 61 points on the season for the Patriots, and he'll throw one on. It'll be gloved down.
He got the assist on the Canine power play goal. He had a hat trick, Deweese did, in the win over Roman Catholic 6-3 to make them the #1 team. And there's a rush down. Good job to Burrell. Keeps it right there. So that's kept to the outside by Mike Elias. If Deweese goes to the inside, it's a better quality scoring opportunity. But keep him on the perimeter, and Price is able to handle it.
Face-off will be won by the Bucs. Burkett will win it back to Hensel. Will throw it around for Mink. Lucas Mink passes one out to Taliani.
2-on-2.
They'll go 2-on-2 here. Burkett looking for the tip across. It's going to be picked up, and they'll throw it around. Wentling dumps it around, and it'll be picked up by Hensel. They'll regroup back at the blue line. Sheftik will dump it in. They'll play catch at the blue line where it's going to be picked up. Taliani back in. Shot on. A little bit wide of the net. It'll go back to the corner. Mink on the backhand throws one through looking for Taliani. Taliani regroups. Back to Mink. Luke Mink with 2 already. Skates one in behind in the near corner. Mink wheels off, throws one to the slot. Burkett shot goes off the post. Rebound comes on. It'll fall on Wisniewski, and he'll just hold on to it in the breadbasket. And 11:56 remaining. And we'll have a face-off coming to the right.
So Luke Mink with the 2 goals sets this one up beautifully from behind the net. Burkett, right here, you see it, he heeled it. If he gets that in the curve instead of the heel, maybe that goes in, but he hits the post, and then Wisniewski's able to recover and stop the rebound. So shots are now 15-11 in favor of Pope John.
Wall won that face-off forward, was trying to look to get Rosa in front, nobody home. Back out it goes. It'll be dumped back wide of the net. Opportunity here coming out of the zone is Canine. Michael Canine will pass this one up. It'll be Snyder. Oh, it's going to be Canine comes through, and that's
offside.
Offside, but a big hit.
Well, Canine takes the hit. He knocks Taliani down, Brian.
Yeah.
But he goes offside in doing so, or that would have been a clean break-in down the left side. You'll see it at the end of the replay right here. So Canine, that's interference. That's the right call. That's textbook interference.
Interference there. He did, yeah.
If you want to see, we should clip that, right? Send it around. That is the definition of interference right there.
Yeah.
So Burrow goes on the penny.com power play for the second time. It's interesting. I was just thinking this. Drew Burkett, the head coach for Burrow Bryan, a former goaltender, yet they are offensive oriented.
Sometimes that works that way because you get into the mind of a goalie.
Maybe Drew's thinking, I don't have to stop the puck anymore, so I don't have to worry about it, right? Because they like to push that arrow forward and put it towards the net and put shots on goal.
Raise you 2. Both of his assistants, defensemen.
That's correct. That's
so,
right.
You know, we were talking about defensive-minded. Well, now you know how to stop the offense. Well, flip the script and, well, how do you beat us?
They're an offensive oriented. The coaches are like, hey, if you need some tips on how to play D, come to us. And they get no questions probably because Burrow's certainly fantastic offensively, which leads to their defense as well because they like to possess in the offensive zone.
Exhibit A, Julian Kemp, what he just did there. Opportunity coming out.
He just likes to possess the puck, period, Julian Kemp.
Back around, it'll be thrown across, looking for Mrazek. Mrazek on the penny power play. Mrazek tips off, it'll be dumped back out. Kemp regroups back in his own zone, 1:28 remaining in the advantage. He brings it in. Kemp shot just wide of the cage. Back around. Mink will dump this one in behind. It'll be forced Baird. Baird waits, thinks about it, throws him backhand, one-hands it around. A little bit of pressure from Bray. Up along, back out to the point. Kemp, Mrazek shot just wide.
Oh, he had some room.
Snyder back out there after that hit. Back out Mink. Mink throws one through, save made, held on to by Wisniewski, and we'll have another face-off. 58 seconds remaining in a penalty, 32 remaining in the frame.
Wisniewski closed another 6-hole. He had to look behind him, didn't know. He trapped that between his arm and his body at the near post, but a good shift by Burrow on the power play. Start with Kemp to Mrazek, and then just a spin in the left circle there on the second shot that Wisniewski keeps out of there. 58 seconds to go on this power play for Burrell. A Penny.com power play.
Burrell had too many players out on the ice. They had to step out half a second. Julius will go off, and Burkett will step back in. They're going to be thrown out for that infraction. Back around, Wall will step in. Wall loses the face-off forward, and it'll be back down to Weiss looking to get it outside the zone. It'll be picked up. Rosa on the half wall. Waits, gets separated by DeWeese temporarily, but in come the Bucs as Burkett passes one across. As Wall skates into the corner, back around behind Burkett to the point. Back down it will go. Burkett around Taliani. Taliani shot looking for the tip. Nobody home. That'll be Holm along the half wall. Tips this one back down to Burkett. 26 remaining in the power play. Burkett waits, thinks about it, looks for Taliani. It'll be cleared out.
Good stick. That's Deweese. I like what Taliani did, right? It's all about finding space. So he's at the right point. He thinks about going and getting to the slot. He can't find room, so he stops at the top of the right circle where there's more room, which created that opportunity. Almost a shorthanded chance there for Deweese.
You want another detail of the defensive-oriented coaches. Look where their offense is running from. Top of the circles to the blue line. That's something to pay attention to on a defensive-oriented team. I mean, offensive-oriented team, but has a lot of defensive things to it. It runs from the back of the line.
Of course, I was tongue-in-cheek, right, because every coach likes the defense, but putting pucks in the net is the ultimate goal.
We hired two goalie hires two defensemen, means it was a good run for him.
So the goals are right, scoring goals, puck in the net, keeping the puck out of the net. They go hand in hand.
There we go. Back down, Rosa's shot will go in. It will be a goal. And that will be Dom Rosa, who had 7 on the season for the Bucs.
Won't be a power play goal, but the Bucs will take it, right? They get puck possession, and Rosa in front. Just finds the puck right there. So there's Taliani's shot. It's blocked on a skate, and it's caught up in the skate of Vasaluso, and Rosa finds it, much like the goal Canine scored, right? A defender was in the way, just finds the loose puck, puts it on the net. No such thing as a bad shot, according to Wayne Gretzky, who knows a thing or two about scoring goals. And Burrell answers the goal that Pope John had scored, and they're back up to a 4-goal lead.
9:05 remaining here in the second frame. We'll have the ice cut and intermission coming up after this one, but it is 5-1 Burrell here. Thank you for joining myself, Brian Mitchell, and Bob Orcus on TenbandTV, the coverage of the D2 Challenge Cup, East versus West here.
Yeah, fantastic work by the team at Tenband, and you as well, Brian. You wear many hats.
Yeah, I got to go to work for the league after this.
The coverage during the season and the playoffs by Tenband is second to none.
Well, thank you. Asher Ross will take this one behind the cage. He throws one up for Hensel. Hensel has to regroup here. Back for Ross. Ross throws one on for Simmons. Simmons around and cleared.
3 assists now, Brian, for Ryan Burkett.
Yep.
Make older brother Drew happy as a brother and as a coach, right?
And this is also nice, a big thing for Burrell right now. They're getting exercising some of those demons from Tuesday night. Maybe, getting it out of the system going into the national championship tournament here.
So we still got plus 8 minutes, so this could change, right?
Yeah.
But you can shower that off, right? Yeah. Shampoo it away.
Yeah.
Your loss to Morgantown, and have a positive vibe when you leave Tuesday for California and the national championship.
We still got 25 minutes in this game.
A lot of time left with a team that can score goals, right?
And we're not saying anything. The readjustment could be there. Get to that locker room, anything can happen going into the third frame. I'm not trying to speak out of turn. I'm just speaking.
All right, the way it's gone, right? It's been Burrell. It's been Burrell's first half of the game has been all Buccaneers.
Mrazek shoots one off the glove of Wisniewski. He'll go back into the corner. Simmons around, looking behind for Kemp. Kemp shot on by Mink, looking for the opportunity. Simmons throws one over the net. Back around. Mink leaves one for Kemp. Kemp back to the point. As Hensel just tries to throw one through to him, but doesn't get all the way. An opportunity here. Here comes Michael Canine. Canine all alone. Comes in. On shot. Scores! Past Cooper Price. 5-2 is your score now, as we were saying.
That's a beauty for Michael Canine. The speed and the finish. That play, I'm going to go back to a play before we go here. So the speed, watch the fake right there. That freezes Cooper Price, and then he goes back to the forehand and slides it in for second of the game. Miller Finkelmeyer makes this play because you said it. Simmons had an empty net. It's 6-1 if Finkelmeyer doesn't get his stick on that shot. That leads to the breakaway for Michael Canine, which leads to a 5-2 game. So that was defense creating offense for the Patriots.
If you had a choice between being down 5 goals and 3 goals, that's a big swing right there. Yeah.
You definitely take B every time.
Opportunity here. Here we go. And that might be a goal that maybe can switch a little bit of momentum here for the Patriots. Back around. Burkhardt throws one out looking for Mink. Not for Taliani. It's going to be picked up. The Patriots trying to battle along the boards, get back into this contest. 5-2 is your score. 6:49 remaining in the second frame. Back around. Mink, penalty coming up against the Bucs. So here we go. Opportunity for the Patriots as we have another roughing call coming up against. And this will be Forrest Baird heading off.
Second time that the Patriots go on the power play, the Penny.com power play. Penny.com is Pennsylvania's official health insurance.
Apology, this is Ben Burkhardt.
And Burkhardt goes off. They're the official health insurance marketplace, the only place to get financial savings to help lower the cost of coverage and care. If you missed the open enrollment, go to Penny.com and click Can I Apply to find out your options. Penny.com, because you're worth protecting.
DeWeese around looking for Kaneen.
They got a power play goal already, the Patriots, in this one.
Now, Kaneen shot, tipped out and out of play. 6:33 remaining here.
Good stick at the high slot. Center point shot by Kaneen, who has 2 goals. It was Ryan Burkett who deflects that up into the mesh. Oh, not happy. That's generally a reaction, right, when you get into the sin bin.
I heard it from here, from our vantage point. You can hear the glass being pushed around. He is not in a good position down there right now.
So got to work on his teammates right to come up with a big PK.
Back around, the Patriots will dump this one through the slot, picked up by Burkett. Back around, it'll go Bray. They'll have to regroup. It'll go down into the near corner. Perini leaves it for Julius. He'll dump this one back out to Kaneen, 2 already on the day, as you said earlier. Back down, Perini behind the cage. Waits, throws one up to DeWeese. DeWeese for Bray. Bray back down, goes past DeWeese. Julius will get there first. It'll be tipped around past Kaneen. Perini will take this one back around, shot on. Oh, Kaneen almost had his hattie there. Back down, Bray.
Yeah, spins with the right server. There's another shot from Kaneen.
Back down behind. It'll be picked up by Kemp. Kemp waits, thinks about it, dumps one up along the boards. Does find Burkett. Burkett coming in, has a 2-on opportunity here. Burkett throws one through to be blocked by Kaneen. Kaneen doing it all right now.
I like Kemp's patience, right? Yeah. And then he gets it out of the zone and sees a chance to release to get that 2-on-2 shorthanded.
DeWeese comes back across to the half wall, throws one through, looks for the player wide open in front, Bray. But it'll be picked up back to DeWeese. DeWeese shot, save, held on to by Price.
Big save. This has been a good power play. That was almost, I'm not sure the player who turned and made that pass when Bray was wide open in front saw he was there. Oh, look, he's wide open.
Absolutely.
You'll see so it'll come from the bottom of the right circle right here. And there's the second shot save. But that comes to Bray. That's a great A opportunity. So good job by the Burrell Bucs. Just 25 seconds left on the Penny.com power play, and Mrazek clears of the zone.
They're going to come all the way down. 5 minutes remaining in the frame, 17 seconds remaining in the penalty.
It's actually Forrest Baird who clears the zone. My apologies.
Hey, we all make mistakes.
88, 89. It's still in the morning, Brian.
I called it a Penguin Cup, so don't worry. You're going to be on second place.
There's another post.
Another opportunity
They
there.
got a right post, now a left post.
Opportunity comes back around. Shot on.
And another post.
Well, they're getting their daily dose of iron here today. Here comes Mrazek across center. Back down Mrazek. A little bit of pressure there by Corey, and they'll be sent back out. DeWeese, opportunity here, 2-on-1. Her shot off the blocker of Cooper Price. Back down behind home. DeWeese will get it, throws one through. It's going to be picked up. Kaneen. Shot tipped around back into the corner. DeWeese will get that rebound. Waits, thinks about it, has a little bit of pressure, throws one all the way through Corey. Corey in the near corner. Skates one behind. Throws one back up to the point. Vasaluzzo. The shot will be blocked, and it'll be knocked down. Opportunity coming out for Burrell, trying to get it out of the zone. Vasaluzzo with a nice little backhand to keep it in. That goes to Corey. Looking for DeWeese. DeWeese has Kaneen going to the net. Can't do it. Opportunity back down. It'll be shot on. Save made by Price. Oh, nope, they go for the wraparound. It'll be Corey. Corey is cleared back out and picked up.
Good job at the end right there, Brian. Home defensively. Here comes a counterattack for Burrell.
Rose throws one on. It goes under the pad of Wisniewski. I didn't want to call that till I picked it up.
I couldn't see the puck either, and then there was no reaction either from Wisniewski or Rose.
He dropped the hammer on it, and you never know when he gets that pad on it. Was it across the line? Was it not? I didn't want to call it till the referee did.
Me as well. It was just weird. It was a delayed reaction all the way around on that one.
And that's always the scary one as the goalie, because you want to be able to do that, but you got to slide forward a little bit.
Keeps it 5-2 with the right pad save there for Jonah Wisniewski.
3:33 remaining. Face-off coming in. Mink steps in, and that was with Perini, Joe Perini.
That's a good job off the face-off to get a low shot. Mink on the he wins it to himself and gets a shot at the near post.
He picked up and carrying it out is Peacock. Peacock can't get around a defender. Back to Perini. We'll go back down around for Taliani. Passes one out for Burkett. Burkett tries to get around a defender. It'll be Peacock going back in the corner, but Mink gets there first. Tries to throw one on the backhand. Bray runs into his own Patriot teammate, and it'll be picked up and carried out by Pope John. In comes Bray.
So we're talking about Burrell's offense, but that's a great visual right there. As they had 4 white shirts back, although here's an opportunity. And a good block by Burkett and by Braden Snyder. But 4 white shirts back through the neutral zone. That's the way you want to play defense when a team is pressing the attack.
Hensel back up to the point. That'll go out to Vasaluzzo. He'll take the puck, gets around a defender by Burkett. Oh, shot on, tipped. Cooper Price with a big save there, and they'll regroup.
That's Kinane put it on the Ritz, and he has a word or two with Luke Mink. They should, right? I got 2 goals, you got 2 goals. Who gets the hat trick? I think that was the conversation.
Sure.
I'm paraphrasing, of course.
We'll let them go. I'm pretty sure if it was probably something we could say on the air. Yes, absolutely. But, yeah, definitely those, starting to get there. And you're seeing the adjustments on both benches, too. You mentioned how many white shirts you saw in the defensive zone, the adjustments by Burkett, the adjustments by Poole. We're going to have that at this game. It's a game of adjustments, not knowing any other teams.
Good shot block by Rosa. Yeah, make a great point, right? So our Pope John plays Roman Catholic, right? So they've seen them during the regular season. They win. Same thing with Morgantown. You got familiarity. No such thing between the East-West Challenge Cup game.
Back down and to be picked up. Perini tries to get around. It's going to be, he will get outside the zone, looking for Corey coming down.
That's a penalty. Might be Simmons with a hook. This is going to put the Patriots back on the man advantage. A Penny.com power play.
Yep, Simmons will head off.
It's a
trip.
Maybe not technically a bad penalty, because if he doesn't do that, like you said, if he comes out of the zone, Patriots are going the other way 2-on-2. So not necessarily maybe the worst penalty right there. But the last power play, even though they didn't score, was very good. So the clocks are even. A rare moment of synchronicity for us.
I don't think I've ever met a coach that didn't admit that there was such a thing as good penalties, and that was one of them. You get an opportunity trying to keep this game within 3 goals.
Well, see, yeah. Coach Drew Burkett's going to tell us, Brian, see me in 2 minutes, because if they kill off the penalty, then it's a good penalty, right?
Yep. Taliani back behind. Back around, and here come the Patriots. They'll be tipped off of Taliani's stick, and Burkett will dump this one across. Bray just leaves this one behind, back for DeWeese. DeWeese looking to set up the offense. Skates in, a little bit of pressure, back to the point, back down looking for DeWeese on the half wall. Thinks about it, has Corey. Will just take it himself, but Taliani's going to take the puck alone. Burkett's just going to hang back, play a little defense. Taliani all alone, tipped in front off of Wisniewski. He's just going to go down and cover it up, and we'll have a face-off. 117. We'll call 117 on everything, so.
Makes it nice, makes it even for us. Wisniewski with another save. So Burkett hangs back, and Taliani is very comfortable leading the rush. So he comes down the left side. Pretty good defense by Michael Kinane right there, who has 2 goals. Even though it's a shot on goal, you'll take it, right? Because you've got a D-zone face-off. You're able to tick off some more seconds killing this power play if you're the Buccaneers.
Yeah, and Burkett not dropping back, going in on that, you don't get that quick turnaround to go.
Plus he keeps his mind right. Your key killing the penalty is defense, so he hangs back.
Morasic opportunity throws one in front for Kemp, nobody home. Kemp tips one around. Sorry about that big opportunity in front.
Burrow gets those opportunities just like that out of nowhere a lot of times offensively. This chance comes from Morasic killing the penalty.
They'll regroup, come in the Patriots. Corey on the half wall. Waits, has DeWeese at the point. Sets up shop. Back to Corey. Corey has Bray to the far right. Tried to go that way. Nobody home. DeWeese is going to tip this one through a couple Bucs. Back out.
Good stick by Snyder. Good clear by Mrazek.
Kanane will take this one on the half wall. It'll be cleared up. Corey will have this one tipped off of his stick. Back. It will go for Bray.
Snyder, another good job at the blue line.
They're just shutting him down as they're trying to get across here. Mrazek back down. He tips one across, and that's going to be picked up and cleared out by the Bucs. Mrazek had an opportunity, didn't see it. It's going to be Wisniewski throwing this one into the near corner. Mrazek still going to get to it first.
Just put it behind the net.
With 4 seconds remaining in the penalty. Back around it goes, and DeWeese will just dump this one down. Penalty expires, but so does the second frame here at the Robert Morris Island Sports Center with your score, the Burrell Bucs 5, the Pope John Patriots 2. We'll be back with your second intermission here in a couple minutes.
And it's a hockey night in Pittsburgh.
And I'll meet you in the schoolyard, baby, for all the marbles.
Loose change and I can't buy a thing. I'm like a song.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. FiberNew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Gonna get out, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Cross ice, and it comes back to Lucas Blows. Hey, rookie, welcome to the show, the Penguins Cup Championship show, the Penguins Cup playoff show, and the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars putting on a show.
Tell the boys and girls I just don't care.
Into the zone, top of the circles, tries to get around, takes a big hit there. Looks like from Forrest Baird, and it's an opportunity here for Mink. Mink comes in, stick check there by Wisniewski. Up, and it'll come back outside of the zone for Perini. Perini passes one across. And that'll go to Sean Peacock, dumps one on net. It'll be blocked out. Keep the puck from going on to Cage. Picked up by Michael Kanane. He's going to carry it along in front of his benches across the blue line. Into the zone, shot on, save, Price, rebound, all open. It'll be blocked, but Rose will take the puck. And Jake Rose will dump this one around looking for Kemp, but it's going to be picked up by Eric Corey. Corey throws one on, save, made, rebound. Mrazek runs into his...
Ryan is on the team, so a whole bunch of family connections both ways.
All over the place. Snyder's going to take a shot, just goes wide of the cage. Rebound comes up. Oh, didn't. Was weird stat to keep, but we kept it, so I'm going to use it. Here we go, back behind. Shot on, save, made, and out of play. And here comes Taliani back into the zone. Taliani tries to get around a defender. Big stick check again. Rebound comes on to Luke Mink.
Active stick by Wisniewski, right?
Absolutely.
That's goaltender. You need to shrug it off right away.
Ryan Burkett brings it in, gives it to Luke Mink. Mink shoots, scores! Luke Mink gets the Burrell Bucs on the board 9 minutes into
concrete and road rash.
Well, it doesn't help with your knees anymore. That's why I don't play anymore. Converted goalie.
Me as well.
Otto will take this one in. He's going to take a slapper right through the crease. Is going to be brought back out to DeWeese. DeWeese will dump this one behind. The shot on, save made, Price. Big save. On take this one outside of the zone. Mink tips us around. Opportunity here. Luke Mink brings it in with Burkett. Luke Mink shoots, scores! Luke Mink with these. DeWeese, their big gun for the Patriots. Simmons bringing it into the zone, top of the circle. Shot just off the foot of Simmons. Opportunity there for Wall, couldn't finish. Rosa thinks about it, comes back up off the half wall, comes into the circle, gets around a couple defenders, throws one that bounces through the crease, and both of these squads, and you're talking about one that just had the puck, Julian Kemp, the leading scorer for the Bucs. Taliani tips one through, big hit comes through.
That was
That's
fast.
for the tip in front. Kemp all alone, backhand shot, scores! 3-0 Bucs. 53.5 seconds remaining here.
Odd man break.
Mrazek's going to pass this one out to Baird. Baird's going to throw the one on Cage and held on to Wisniewski.
Scoring-wise in the first period, Luke Mink from Ryan Burkett, Dante Taglioni. Second from Mike Elias and Aaron Holt. And Burrow closed that. They've got the 3-0 lead after the first 17 minutes.
Mink fires one off the face-off. It's got Wall coming on us up. Shot scores 4-0.
Is that a beauty or what, Brian Mitchell?
I mean, literally, you can't script it any. Mickelmeyer, there's going to be a penalty coming up as the call comes from the trailing defender. Back across. Shot on Kaneen. Save made by Kemp, and that will be.
There's a shot blocked. And 8 of 10. They've killed off. They have 10 penalties during the Penguin Cup playoffs.
There's one thing you want to look at with this Pope John team. They only had 8 power play goals.
Check that number.
Bringing it in. That'll be Corey. Corey's shot will be just saved by Kemp and held on too.
So Cooper Price, good job. You'd love to get a power play goal, get on the board. Burrell knows that. They've done a good job so far, killing off the first minute and 5.
Big hit along the board.
Good stick save, right? Cooper Price deflecting that rebound to the corner. That's key rebound control.
Kaneen on the backhand shot. Scores! There's that goal that missed out. Here comes Deweese. Deweese 61 points on the season for the Patriots, and he'll throw one on that'll be gloved down behind in the near corner. Mink wheels off, throws one to the slot. Burkett's shot goes off the post. Rebound comes on. It'll fall on Wisniewski, and he'll just hold on. Opportunity here coming out of the zone is Kaneen. Michael Kaneen will pass this one up. It'll be Snyder. Oh, it's going to be like Kaneen comes through, and that's
offside.
Offside, but shot just wide.
Well, he had some room.
Snyder back out there after that hit. Back out, Mink. Mink throws one through, save made, held on to by Wisniewski, and we'll have another
keeping the puck out of the net. They go hand in hand.
There we go. Back down, Rosa's shot will go in. It will be a goal, and that will be Dom. The corner, Simmons around, looking behind for Kemp. Kemp shot on by Mink, looking for the opportunity. Simmons throws one over the net. Back around, Mink. Here comes Michael Kaneen. Kaneen all alone, comes in, on shot, scores! Past Cooper Price. 5-2 is your score now. Deweese. Julius will get there first. It'll be tipped around past Kaneen. Perini will take this one back around, shot on. Oh, Kaneen almost had his hattie there. Wall throws one through, looks for the player wide open in front, Bray. But it'll be picked up back to Deweese. Deweese shot, save, held on to by Price.
Big save. This is 89. It's still in the morning, Brian.
I called it a Penguin Cup, so don't worry. You're going to be on second place.
There's another post.
Another opportunity.
They got a right post, now a left post. They got a right post, now a left post.
Opportunity comes back around, shot on.
And another post.
Well, they're getting their daily dose of iron here today. Here, pressure there by Corey, and they'll be sent back out. Deweese, opportunity here, 2-on-1. Her shot off the blocker of Cooper Price. Back down.
And it's a hockey night in Pittsburgh.
And I'll meet you in the schoolyard, baby, for all the marbles.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Do you have a
Back here at the Island Sports Center, Robert Morris, of course. I'm right now during the intermission joined by who you're going to hear on the Class 1A and 3A broadcast, Mr. Matt Popchuk. I want to thank you for joining me here. We're actually here with a little bit somber news compared, but we felt like this was the right time to say this at Robert Morris and in the event. Robert Morris, of course, the University of Colonials, the D1, D2, the D1 men's and women's program. If you ever went to a game, you heard a booming voice from when I started here till about 2021 during the team shutdown, and that was Larry Snyder. We lost Larry Snyder on Thursday, and we just wanted to reach out and talk a little bit about that, and what he meant to basically Western Pennsylvania hockey. He was the Youngstown Phantoms PA announcer, and you working as an SID, me in the media the entire time. It's a big loss for this community.
It is, and they say that broadcasters or an announcer's best ability is his availability, and Larry was always very available and very dedicated to the Colonial programs, and not just the hockey programs. He did PA for men's and women's lacrosse, volleyball, I mean, you name it. He was involved with it probably at one time or another, and he truly loved what he did, and working in athletic comms, his positive attitude was a tremendous help on game day and dealing with the controlled chaos behind the scenes of game day. Hopefully he's looking over us, blessing today's broadcasts as they take place on the island, which was his home away from home for so long.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's every weekend. It was just a consistent force in the area, and I know. I've heard from Matt Geica and a lot of the others that have been involved in the programs for years, and this is a guy who wasn't just available at the rink. If you wanted to give him a call, you wanted to text him, talk to him about something. Every time I posted something, you had a response from the guy. The guy just loved hockey. He loved hockey. He loved his family. He loved everything. We were his family. His family was his family, but he treated everybody equally. And that's the one thing I take away from Larry Snyder, is that it's just about being available for the community and everything that he stood for. And I hope that we can continue that. And we've lost a lot of our greats in the last couple, but he may not have been at a Mike Lang level, but he is definitely somebody in the community that is going to be a big loss for.
You always called him lightheartedly Larry Legend. And if you knew him, he felt like a legendary figure, and he'll be legendary years from now for all the right reasons that you mentioned. He was a warm and wonderful man, and we were lucky to have him as part of the culture of college and interscholastic hockey here in Western Pennsylvania.
Well, we just felt like we were hard-pressed to say something here, and just in the moment have it, so... thank you for everything you did, Larry, and condolences to his family and everybody affected in this. And he's going to be missed. All right, thank you, Mr. Matt Popchuk. Good luck on your broadcast.
As Larry would say, the third period is your period. Let's go, Challenge Cup.
Oh, thank you for ruining that for me because I was going to say it. Thank you, Mr. Matt Popchuk. Good luck.
And it's a hockey night in Pittsburgh.
And I'll meet you in the schoolyard, baby, for all the marbles.
Loose change and I can't buy a thing. I'm like a
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. FiberNew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
And it comes back to Lucas Blows. Hey, rookie, welcome to the show, the Penguins Cup Championship show, the Penguins Cup playoff show, and the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars putting on a show.
Tell the boys and girls I just don't care.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Get ready, Pittsburgh! Experience a night out on the town and the thrill of live music. Trusky Entertainment brings you the hottest concerts and unforgettable events right here in the Steel City. Visit TruskyEntertainment.com to grab your tickets today, and don't miss out on the best live music in Pittsburgh.
Ah, look at him, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, climbing his way through the corporate rat race. We've all been there, focused on that next raise, promotion, chocolate bar. Keeping an eye on your health can be exhausting. Weight Loss Direct is a personalized wellness and weight loss program. You utilize an AI algorithm to determine your specific foods and match you with a real-life coach and an easy-to-follow meal plan so you could stay on track to success and health. Check out weightlossdirect.com to learn more.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
And it's a hockey night in Pittsburgh.
And I'll meet you in the schoolyard, baby, for all the marbles.
Loose change and I can't buy a thing. I'm like a song.
Welcome back to the island here. I'm Brian Mitchell, joined by Bob Orcus. It is the D2 Challenge Cup East versus West High School Hockey Championships. Burrell leading Pope John 5-2. Bob, how did we get here?
I drove in a Hyundai. Oh, you didn't mean that question.
I have a Subaru.
We are, for our friends out east, by the way, literally on the island in the middle of the Ohio River. So,
and this is what we look like.
This is it.
Unfortunately, they have a camera on us right now. So.
He's the handsome guy
Oh, no.
to the left. So
right.
Here's how we got here. Burrell with 3 goals in the first period. First 2 by Luke Mink from Ryan Burkett and Dante Tagliani. Mike Eliason Holm had assists too. And then Julian Kemp got an even strength goal. So it was 3-0. Jared Wall put up Burrell. Here we go. This is the second goal by Luke Mink. So that made it a 2-0 score, as you can see by the score bug right here. Then there's Kemp picking up a loose puck, putting the backhander in past Wisniewski to make it 3-0. Burrell would actually get the first goal of the second period as well.
Yeah, this beauty.
This was probably the prettiest goal. What a great rush in by Jared Wall, right? Great speed, great finish to make it 4-0 on the breakaway. That was an unassisted goal, by the way. Came at minute 36 into the second period. Then Michael Kineen took over. This is his first of 2. This was a power play goal. Good play at the center point there by DeWeese, their top scorer, and the backhand turning backhander for Kineen. That came at 3:43. But then Burrell had the answer. Kind of a similar goal at the other end where Don Rosa was able to pick up a loose puck, as you see right here. And it was Tagliani again. It was 3 assists. Rosa just slid it in right there to make it 5-1. And then at 9:43, Michael Kineen he got the last goal. So 5-2, Kineen with 2 goals, 3 points each for Burkett and Tagliani, 2 goals for Mink. 20-18 of those shots for the Patriots as we get an icing. So 18 saves for Cooper Price and 13 saves for Jonah Wisniewski. Power plays 1 for 3 for the Patriots, 0 for 2 for Burrell, and you're caught up.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you, Bob. And, I'm hard-pressed. I know Matt Popchalk took a little bit of my thunder in this one, but I'd be hard-pressed not to say it beforehand. As Larry Snyder always said prior to this frame, the third period is our period. Let's go, Bobby Moe. That is the phrase that he used.
It's good of you guys to get together on the Larry.
Yeah.
You guys worked with him a lot, and we were here at Robert Morris. That's very fitting and a very fitting tribute from both you and Matt.
He was a great man, so he's a big loss for us. But, he'll live on in infamy over the years, as I called him, Larry Legend. So we have a D2 hockey game to call. I can't get into too much of, nostalgia here as we're living in the now.
We are creating nostalgia,
yes,
right?
Yes.
With the first ever Challenge Cup here this morning.
Burkett and DeWeese step in. It'll be won by DeWeese back around. It'll be cleared out by Caneen. Caneen with the 2 goals for the Patriots here, and it'll be an icing. Well, is that out of play? I'm sorry. I thought it was maybe it was an icing call.
It is icing.
And they'll regroup 16-19. I wasn't watching what happened down there. I thought maybe it went out.
Still in the morning hours, Brian. We're still.
Is it
the kids are used to it, right? Because
11:30.
ice time comes sometimes at the oddest hours, right? And kids and parents and coaches know that with ice time, right?
Yeah.
You get it when you can get it. So maybe they're used to these early morning skates.
Well,
we maybe a little less for us.
Coffee crullers and some high school puck here.
Burrell was supposed to bring bagels and bacon, and I don't see either of those. So
I don't
I'm going to have to talk to Dave Burkett about that.
Oh, yeah, we're definitely going to have a discussion, man. All right, here we go. Mazzolano will dump this one across. It'll be kept in by Burkett. Burkett drops it back. Mink looking for the third. Mink. That goes off
post.
Of the post. Crossbar, and it'll be picked up and carried out by Caneen. Caneen coming back in. He'll drop it off across. Oh, opportunity there by the Patriots. Picked up and cleared out. Past DeWeese, who gets tied up with Mink, and that'll go the length. Picked up once again, carrying it out, is Pope John Paul II Patriots. Simonek will let this one go back in. It'll be shot in by Perini. Back down it goes. Simonek tries to keep it in. Mezzalazzo couldn't keep it in, so it goes back across. Corey skates back into the blue line, comes around top of the circles, fires a shot. It'll be tipped back around. Rebound looks to be tipped around. Price holding up on the post, and 15-14 remaining in the third. We'll have another faceoff.
Good job by Cooper Price to smother that. Little push here from the Patriots. Almost a hat trick earlier for Luke Mink, who came in a little delayed. It kind of worked into almost a 3-on-2. He had a lot of room to shoot when he went to the backhand near side, Brian, but hit the post. 3 posts in the second period for Pope John. 1 post in the third period now for Burrell.
They be doing very well in 3-bar. Back around it goes. Caneen will throw this one across. Goes past Snyder. And
that's tremendous, by the way, that comment.
3-bar?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I have a friend who was very good at 3-bar. Didn't have many goals, but very good at 3-bar. Back around Bray. Bray looks throw, and he's a little bit of pressure from Rosa. Back down it goes for Finkelmeyer. The Bucs, a little bit of pressure in the corner. Wall goes to the wall, actually, and that's ironic with Finkelmeyer. He'll pick up the puck behind the cage on the backhand and try to get it out of the zone, but it's going to be turned over. Opportunity. Finkelmeyer throws one and shot. Scores! That look. Let's see if I can get it numbered.
I think it was John Weiss. Let me check that.
Let's see what we got when we get the.
No, it's not. It's 18. Jack Simonek.
Jack Simonek.
So the turnover, costly, right? They couldn't get out of the zone. Burrow had several opportunities to get it out of the zone. They keep it in. Wall goes behind the net, loses the puck. And a great feed. I thought they were going to turn and shoot from the right wing, but they passed left wing to Jack Simonek, who buries it. We've got a 2-goal game, so don't go away just yet.
Yeah, Bray will take that face-off win. They'll regroup. Back down the Patriots with new life here, only down by 2 in the contest. Back down, dump the Crown Perini. Don't go anywhere. Grab another cup of Joe. We've got 14 minutes remaining in the third here. Sheftick goes around looking for Kemp. Kemp waits, throws one through, looking for Mrazek's going to be turned around. Bray throws it over for Corey. It'll be cleared up, and Mrazek's going to take an opportunity coming the other way. Player coming off the bench for a little bit of help.
He's got
Regroup
support.
Throws one through, and it'll be dumped back out. The support does help. Sheftick looking around for Baird.
Caneen does a good job to break
Shot.
that up because the line change. Burrow had 3 white jerseys chasing Mrazek on that opportunity.
Back down, Baird has Kemp a little bit of help with pressure from Corey. They'll regroup, throw it out.
Frank, can I call it a jersey or should I go sweater? Sweater's traditional, right?
Yes, it is. Cross shot. Oh, opportunity there by Caneen.
Yeah, great pass from DeWeese. He just got too deep.
Shot on just wide of the cage. Rebound comes on, save made, rebound, and it's going to be smothered by Cooper Price.
Wow, good start to this period for the Patriots, and they almost got 2 goals. Good blocker save, and then smothering the rebound right there for Cooper Price as Adam Sheptick comes back and gives a little pat on the mask, as does Taliani. But the Patriots came very close to making this a 5-4 game. Yeah. Kineen's hat trick, right? If he's not deep on the right goal line extended, he's a little further out, he probably gets the goal.
Mink will throw this one through the blue line across to Taliani. He'll just dump this one down. He gets across the red, so it's good. Back down it goes. Picking up is Taliani. He'll wait, throws it up to the point. Hensel looking for Taliani. Does get through the additional stick of Kineen. Opportunity in front for Burkett. It's a bouncing puck. Can't get stick on it. Snyder looks for the tip in front. Nobody home. Back along to the half wall. Hensel dumps this one down. Burkett tries to pick it up in the near corner. The adjustments being made by the Bucs. Back, Mink will lose the puck. Back to Taliani, who just lobbed this one into the zone. Mink is going to try to throw it back for Burkett, and it's going to be a black jersey getting to that first. Opportunity coming the other way is Corey. This will be Eric Corey trying to get around a defender. Good job to stand up by Snyder.
Yeah, Braden Snyder. That's perfect positional defense right there. Tried to put the puck through his legs, did Corey, and Snyder just takes Corey out of the play.
Michael Kineen with a head of steam loses the puck. Jared Wall comes in. No penalty on the play. Shot on high and wide. Goes back down. DeWeese will take this one up along the board. He'll dump one in. Keeps it on side. Are they calling offside? They do say he made it across the blue line. So they'll need to regroup. Passed in by the Bucs and up to the point. Bray will get it in the zone. This will go down Chris Bray. Wheeling behind the cage. It'll be Wall. Wall with making for an opportunity shot just wide of the cage.
Another chance for Mink and a hat trick.
Mink sitting on 2 still here so far. Wall coming in. Can't get it off of Rosa. Back to Wall. Looking for Rosa's down low. It's going to be picked up by Vasaluzzo. Back out. Back down for Wall. Back down to Rosa. Has Holm at the point. Doesn't use it. Shakes him off. Goes in and around. The defenders. Rosa putting on a show here. Trying to keep the puck away from the Patriots. Holm shot. Looked like Wisniewski was not ready for that one. Rosa was going to take this one to the
kind of shrugged it off, that high riser. Great shift by the Bucs.
Yeah. Back down here. It's going to be picked up. Mink looking for another one. Back up to the point.
This all started, Brian, by your Brian, excuse me, that Jared Wall forecheck. And that's 45 seconds and 2 good opportunities right here. This is where it all started. Wall steals the puck, and for the next 40 seconds, Burrell gets on the attack.
Absolutely, and we get an opportunity here to leave this line out, give them another chance at it. Down to go. Face-off will be won by Wall. Simmons will dump this one in behind, looking for Rosa. It's going to be picked up by the Patriots. It sits around. There's opportunity here. Oh, goes through, and a bouncer throws off the side of the cage by Simmons. Simmons.
It's Wall who pulled that off the side of the net and very nearly snuck it in.
Opportunity coming back for the Patriots. It's going to be Holm letting this one go. It's going to go past, and icing will be the call. 10:51 remaining.
That's a strange icing because there was chances for 3 players to touch that puck, and none of them got a piece of it. Burrow will take that, right? You've withstood an early push from the Patriots, even though they had the only goal of the third period. You keep a 2-goal lead, which is the key for the Buccaneers.
We say it here. It's the game of adjustments. These are something that you got to pay attention to.
What's the third period quote?
It's third period is our period.
Yeah, both teams are probably saying that, right?
Yep. Back around it goes. Cleared in by Simonek. Shot just wide of the cage. Goes back up. Oh. Bray at the point. Gets a little bit of pressure there. They'll regroup. Back around Finkelmeyer. Throws one through, and Mrazek will take it. Throws one around. Looking for Baird. Baird will collect the puck. Has a player ahead. That was Jake Rose, but it's going to be the black shirts taking care of that one. Back around Baird, trying to get through this defense. Does do so, gets tied up a little bit. Mrazek will have to regroup back in his own zone. Has Holm to his left, Julius to his right. He dumps it up, looks for Rose. Rose will just dump this one in behind the cage. Holm will chase it on, but and Wisniewski will fall on it as Holm was coming in with a little bit of pressure.
So Wisniewski stops it with the stick, but doesn't glove it right away, which kind of made that maybe a little more perilous than it should have been. But Burrow's done a good job, right? You keep the puck up there. We were talking about defense versus offense, right? This is sometimes when your offense is your best defense, right? If you're pressuring, your opponent can't score. So Burrow's done a good job sustaining that the last couple of shifts, and they win another faceoff.
Yeah, Mink will take the puck in the near corner. He throws one through off the outside of the post, looking for a bounce there. Sheftik throws one through. Nobody home. It's going to be picked up and carried out by the Patriots. Corey looking for the puck, but Sheftik will regroup and throw this one around. It's going to be Michael Kaneen waiting, thinking about it. Pressure here from Burkett.
Mink is now, Brian, at least 3 chances to get a hat trick, including that low-angle shot that hit the near post.
Yeah, absolutely. You're talking about somebody who had 2 quick ones in the first period and then has had a hard time getting that third one with very good opportunity. Back down it goes, and that will be no icing.
Thought it was
play.
icing, too. Everyone
Yeah,
did, except
I think.
for the referees
Perini.
whose opinions counts the most.
Yeah, well, they're the ones, like I said, they're the ones calling the game. We just sit here and call this part of it. They're the ones that make those decisions.
Correct.
Back down it goes, and it's going to be Kaneen carrying it in. It'll be 3 white shirts all over him with a little bit of help from his own teammate. It'll be cleared out.
It was a good job at Burr to get back, right? Because that was almost a 2-on-1. This one will be icing.
That one
so we got that
is.
one, right?
Yep.
But a good job to collapse because 2-on-1, but the 2 Burrell players trailing used their speed to get back, to get the white shirts around the puck. Didn't notice that.
Oh,
I think that's DeWeese, maybe?
That's DeWeese.
He got knocked down and hit the boards very hard, and he's in a heap in the corner over there. That was behind the play.
We're going to go to commercial here momentarily while they attend to DeWeese.
And it's a hockey night in Pittsburgh.
And I'll meet you in the schoolyard, baby, for all the marbles.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair?
All right, DeWeese is back up, skating under his own power. It looks like they're going to check him out on the bench. The EMT is over to, but he is on the bench. So
Challenge Cup, so it's playoffs, so we go with upper body.
Upper body.
DeWeese got knocked down, lost his edge, and then slammed into the boards. And the good thing, up and off the ice under his own power. We'll see, though, his availability for the remaining 8:58 in this one.
And that's a big, I mean, even though today it hasn't been exactly,
Just
what
one
he showed all
assist,
year,
right?
but
He's the guy.
But, it's a big guy to lose for these Patriots.
That's their leading scorer, 3 hat tricks on the season for Mario DeWeese.
28 goals, 33 assists, 61 points for these Patriots. They're a bread and butter guy.
5 points in their 6-3 victory over Roman Catholic, as did Eric Corey, who's been noticeable tonight. Each had 3 goals and 2 assists.
Simonik will step in here with Wall. Face off to the left of Cooper Price. Face off will be won back. Corey couldn't keep it in the zone, so he could. Connors kept it in the zone. Back down, Kemp will carry it out. Back across for Rosa into the zone. Has Vasaluzzo in front of him. A little bit of pressure is able to separate the puck coming across. And out comes John Paul. Back they go. Across for Kemp. Back in Kemp. Shakes off a defender. Has ball all the way in front. Oh, big save there by Wisniewski.
That's a big right pad save indeed.
Come on, 2-on-1. Coming the other way. Vasaluzzo goes, that was Kaneen going to the net. Nobody home. Vasaluzzo will take this one back in his own zone after the breakup. He'll be picked up and carried by Finkelmeyer.
Credit to the Patriots. They turned that counterattack in a hurry back the other way.
Like down 7:55 remaining here in the third frame. It is the D2 challenge. Here, Kemp shot. Wisniewski makes the save. Rebound comes along the boards.
Did he make a glove save on that?
I believe so. He did
because that just almost went in off a weird play. And then he stops. I think it was Mrazek who took that wrist shot afterwards.
Kemp gets the puck opportunity here. He has Baird coming in, but it's going to bounce off his stick.
That's certainly a play where they told us he has a calm, cool, quiet demeanor. Jonah Wisniewski needed it on that sequence.
I've noticed that the entire time. That adds up. He has not been shaken by anything. Kemp comes in. Rebound comes back down for Mrazek.
Another right pad save for Wisniewski.
Back up to Kemp. Waits. Wheels one back to the point. Thinks about it. Throws one on. Through a big screen there. Mrazek will take the puck. Has Baird in front. Baird sets up. Rebound. Mrazek takes the shot. Back out Kemp. The Bucs are buzzing, but it's turned over to the Patriots. Here they come. That's Chris Bray. Bray is separated on the puck nicely by Forrest Baird. Back down, picked up by Jacob Rose. They'll regroup, tip back out to the point. Bray comes in. They'll wait, think about it, and it'll be Hensel throwing it across.
So they need to get it out. If you're Burrell, because Rose had a chance and he turned around, Brian. You could hear the fans getting a little antsy. And you got a chance to get it out, right? The simplest rules of hockey.
Yep.
Get it deep, get it out of your own zone. That's what they needed to do. The Bucs do have this clock down inside of, now it's 6:15 and turning here in the third with a 2-goal lead.
And if you get it out of the zone, they have to reset, and that takes that extra 10 seconds off the clock or something along those lines. Even if it's that, it's a big amount of chunk of change there to work off of. Gravel up along the half wall. It's going to be cleared out of the zone. He'll have to regroup.
Good job by Snyder. Denies the entry.
Burkett with a big pressure on that. He's going to take it back into the near corner. They'll regroup back down, and that'll be Chris Bray throwing one through, turned over to Taliani. Taliani shot, scores! Dante Taliani on the turnover, and 5:47 remaining. It is 6-3 Burrell here.
So good hands, and I mean this in two ways for Dante Taliani. Here's good hands number one. Knocks the clearing pass down, and then turns it over quickly, right-handed shot. Strong wrister, top corner, 3 assists, and a very, that's 3 varies, Brian.
That works.
Very big insurance goal for Burrell.
3 for 3 here, 3-goal game, 3 opportunities here,
And 3 varies.
And 3 varies from Bob Orcus, so that means something in this world,
That and a quarter will get you a quarter.
Absolutely. But that quarter, that goal may have just bought Burrell that bid there.
Challenge Cup, right?
Challenge Cup.
5.5 away, 5:33 to be exact,
but
from the original Challenge Cup championship.
Never say never, because they're 4.5 goals off of their average for the year, or these Patriots. So
that kind of calms things a little bit for Burrell.
Back out it goes. Comes on net. Rebound. There it is.
Score.
That'll do Taliani.
Taliani again, right?
There it is.
He's multi-talented. Defense, offense, plays a little bit of both. That time he's in front. Just picks up the rebound, right? Loose change. There's the quarter we talked about. He deposits it. Kept alive by a good stick by Burkett. And a tap in for Taliani. 5 points. He's been in on 5 of the 7 goals today for the Buccaneers, Dante Taliani.
5:27 remaining here in the third. 7-3 Burrell now leads. 2 quick goals by Dante Taliani.
Oh, by the way, just a junior, so
just a junior.
He'll be one of the players we'll see next year when we get there. Burrell has to get to California.
They still have hockey to play. Wall will bring it in. He gets muscled off. Pesaluzzo.
Still got hockey to play here, too, with 5 minutes, right?
5 minutes to go here. They have, a cross-country flight afterwards.
Might be the longest 5 minutes for Burrell, right? But a 7-3 lead looks way better than a 5-3 lead.
Here come the Patriots back across. Good news is that this is Mario Deweese out.
Yes.
Mario Deweese is back on the ice. Throws one through the crease. It's going to be kicked out by Cooper Price. Carrying it out is Dom Rosa. Rosa into the zone, goes past Wall.
Gains the line, dumps it in, right? Smart play.
Absolutely. Here we go. Patriots will try to throw this one outside of the zone. It's going to be picked up by Mikey Mrazek. Mrazek drops it back for home. He'll just dump this one up along the half wall. Finds Forrest Baird. Baird around. Gets to the circles. Tries to get muscled off into the corner. Holds on to the puck. Mrazek looks for the shot. It's going to be blocked. Back down Baird in the near corner. Waits, thinks about it, dumps one around, finds Mrazek. Mrazek throws one through the crease, back up. Julius. He's going to lose the puck, and it's going to come outside the zone.
Mrazek is trying to bounce that in off the back of Wisniewski from the left goal line.
Home.
We've seen that. Number 87 is pretty good at doing that around these parts.
Ooh. And we got a guy that knows how to do that pretty well around here.
People out east might not want to hear that.
Yeah,
but
I know. Back around, it'll be home. I'm trying not to bring that into it. Back down.
I just said 87. They can go.
Yeah.
They can go whatever direction they want to with that.
Back down it goes, picked up by the Patriots, and carrying it out. They'll bring it back in. Caneen's going to come in offside. 3:30 remaining here in the frame. 7-3 is your score.
But truly, if you're a hockey fan, right, you'll appreciate great hockey players, no matter who they play for.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hence, I love the fact that in the Flyers Cup Championship, the MVP is the Bobby Clark MVP. One of the finest players. There's someone having fun. She's way more awake than we are.
Yeah.
She probably has better dance moves, I'm sure, than I do.
Definitely. That's what it's all about here. High school hockey championships, the fans, the families, the players, the coaches, all of it. It's all about what's on that ice right now. Sheftick will dump this one across, and you know what it is? 3 minutes away from the Challenge Cup being presented. The inaugural Challenge Cup.
Yeah, Burrell's 3:10 away from getting their name etched as the first team ever, right? Talk about the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
The hallowed Stanley Cup. We've got a few of those in this sport as well. Good save. Another chance for Mink to get a hat trick.
And this is the 50th, next year's the 50th anniversary of the Pennsylvania Cup Championships and high school hockey championships, East versus West. We talk about that, there's going to be some big work, Jeff Morrow does a lot of hard work behind the scenes on the history, but we talk about that Burrell.
You see Lenny Santoro, the striking gentleman right there in the tuxedo, the keeper of the cups.
What trophy? I see Lenny. I don't see a trophy.
There he is
out there. You only see Lenny. That's a sharp-dressed man there. Look at him go.
That's right. He distracts away from the cup.
Absolutely. And
well, that's a tradition that we have out here in the West with Lenny.
Mm-hmm. Corey will carry the puck in along the half wall. It's separated. Snyder, nice play there. Corey pulls him up against the wall. It'll be cleared up. And that'll be Burkhart. Pressure there. Snyder back down. 2:28 remaining in regulation. Once again, join us for the Single A Championship after this. That'll be Garnett, Valley, and Avonworth. Matt Popchalk and Kevin Zemansky on the call from here at the Island. About a 12:45, I believe, face-off. I know I went through this, so face-off for that second game. But this one's got 2 minutes remaining.
It's a full day, right? If you're at TenbandTV and you're not here, that's where you want to be.
And please stay on Tenband here for after this game for the championship presentation. Wall's going to bring it in, and he's going to score. And that's going to be 1:50 remaining. 8-3 is your score.
And there's the frustration for the Patriots. But Wall, we saw the beauty earlier. This one maybe not as beautiful, but equally impressive. And that probably seals the deal with the sophomore getting a second. And again, silky mitts for the sophomore Jared Wall.
1:50 remaining here in regulation. Mrazek will step in with Joseph Perini. Back around, that'll be Mike Julius bringing it in. Mike Mrazek across. Forrest Baird shot just wide of the cage. And it'll be dumped around Mrazek for Julius. Back up it goes, Asher Ross. And it'll be cleared out. 1:30 to go. Holm takes it in center. And now I think it's fair to say a little bit of redemption for the Burrell Bucs.
It's a lot of redemption, right?
Yeah.
Coach Drew Burkett said that they were serious about this, right?
Yeah.
Meaning they were ticked off losing to Morgantown on Tuesday.
Yep. So they wanted to regroup, recrest, and make sure that when they went to nationals, they
so
had
they're
their
reset, right? And
Yep.
they've got good vibes when they head to the left coast.
Yep. And of course, that is out in California this year.
Yeah, it was a lot closer back in 2018, right?
It was in Cleveland. I was there.
Yeah, right there.
2019, yeah.
Not that far away.
I covered the semifinal. Alan Saunders went up and covered when I was with Pittsburgh Hockey Digest for the finals for when Burrell was the runner-up that year.
They lost to a team from Boulder, Colorado in the finals.
We had two
So
teams.
wish them best of luck, just in case I don't get a chance in the final minute here to say that. I'll say it right there.
With several teams going up there from the
Cathedral Prep as well coming.
Cathedral Prep's going.
And
Wheeling Park and Morgantown are going.
from West Virginia, yep.
And, you know, we have a lot of representation in the West here going to the national championship on the West Coast. So good
go
luck to all our teams.
PIHL in the
congratulations.
national championships. Those teams we get to cover during the regular season, which started in September this year officially.
Oh, man, yeah.
September 30th, Kevin and I were on a game, and we had to look at the calendar to make sure. So we're here at the end of March. That's how long the hockey season is, folks.
But if you're on the PIHL side on 10-Band TV, it's not over yet for this season.
That's
as
correct.
We will have the PIHL Girls League coming up in a few weeks.
Right.
So
and that's a new thing over the last several seasons, which is great.
Year 4 for them coming up, and, you know, it's just grown every year. So it's an exciting time. And hopefully eventually we're talking about this.
It's all about growth,
that,
even though that means
hopefully
more
at
work
some
for you,
point.
Brian.
Yep. Hey,
I know.
You know what? I'll take the work if it's growing the game, and that's all that matters. Is grow this game. We'll figure it out later. Here we go. It's going to be
We'll sleep later, right?
You know what?
Maybe.
I think I gave up on sleep. Alex Perini will dump this one down. Corey throws one through. Saved by Price. 9 seconds remaining. 8 seconds to go. Here we go. Esalazo, and it's with 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. And ladies and gentlemen, the Burrell Bucs will be your 2025 inaugural Challenge Cup champions, the high school hockey championships between the East and the West in the Open Division.
Big hug around Cooper Price, who deserves it. He was good today. Cooper Price ends up with, Burrow actually ends up out shooting Pope John, but he ends up with 21 saves. Does Cooper Price. You always want to be the team that carries the cup. We'll see Lenny Santoro. Since this is the first, that's a very small cup.
Yeah, he doesn't need any help with that.
Burrow's going to get on this.
I don't see a cup
for the first time, right?
I see a good-looking man in a suit.
That's all. He's in a tuxedo. It's just very distracting.
It's distracting.
But you always want to be a team when your season ends to be skating around with a cup, and Burrow had that opportunity, even though they finished the runners-up in D2.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to stay on for the post-game representation of the champions and the winners. The post-game is actually going to be available over on 10-Band Sports 2. You can find it on states.10band.tv if you follow or check on your apps. It'll take a few minutes for player to get to the Hat Trick Club as you want to check out the interviews and everything up there. It's going to be Bob Orcus today, as I am now going to be turned back over to the league to become the runaround and the gopher for everything that they need.
No rest
for
Brian, friends.
I get no rest. I got 3 games that I got to work now while he gets to take a game off after doing a little bit of interviews. So
I might just hang out in the Hat Trick Club.
Okay, we're going to send it down to the ice where Austin McLean is going to do post-game.
John. Regular season, playoff champions. You guys had an incredible season. Unfortunately, runners-up in the Challenge Cup today, but lots to be proud of for this year. Let's hear it for the Patriots. Burrell. Just a few days ago, we were on the wrong side of this, but now you guys are a part of history. You guys are the first ever Division II Challenge Cup champions. And you guys are going to Nationals this year. Good luck with that as well. That is what, next week, right? Yeah. And you guys came to play today, took care of business, 8-3. Whenever I call your guys' name, please go up and receive your new hats. Number 5, Dante Taliani. Number 7, Adam Shefton. Number 8, Jacob Rose. Number 9, Braden Schneider. Number 11, Julian Kemp. Number 15, Luke Mink. Number 18, Maddie George. Number 26, Jared Wall. Number 33, Landon Johnson. Number 34, Aiden Petrov. Number 59, Mason Simmons. Number 62, Harry Hensel. Number 65, Cooper Bryce. Number 72, Mike Elias. Number 77, Asher Ross. Number 84, Ryan Burkett. Number 86, Aaron Holm. Number 88, Forrest Craig. Number 89, the dangerous Mikey Mrazek. Number 96, Dom Rosa. Number 98, Benjamin Burkhardt. Head coach, Drew Burkett. Assistant coaches, Bryce Shore and Chance Watkins. All right, folks, ready for some new hardware? Will the captains go up and grab the trophy? The 2025 Varsity Division II Pennsylvania Challenge Cup champions, the Burrell Bucs.
They get started by the letter.
The PIA Challenge participating teams, thank you for attending tonight's game. We ask you to please drive home safely and have a great night.
So we'll bring it back one final time. There you see the Burrell Buccaneers, 8-3 winners over Pope John Paul, the Patriots, in the first ever Challenge Cup. The first ever Challenge Cup champions, the Burrell Buccaneers. Dante Taliani with 2 goals and 5 points. Luke Mink with 2 goals and an assist as well. 3 points on 3 assists for Burkett, a couple points for Aaron Holm. Burrell heads west. They got to California for the national championships. Good luck to the Burrell Buccaneers. Congratulations on Pope John Paul, the Patriots, for getting to this game as well. Great stop by everyone at Tenband. Fantastic coverage. And there you see Burrell Buccaneers head coach Drew Burkett with the inaugural Challenge Cup. Congratulations, Burrell Buccaneers. Stay tuned. We've got full day coverage of the Pennsylvania State Championships between East and West right here on TenbandTV.
It's a hockey night in Pittsburgh.
And I'll meet you in the schoolyard, baby, for all the marbles.
Loose change and I can't buy a thing. I'm like a song.
Into the zone, top of the circles, tries to get around, takes a big hit there. Looks like from Forrest Baird, and it's an opportunity here for Mink. Mink comes in, stick check there by Wisniewski. Up, and it'll come back outside of the zone for Perini. Perini passes one across. And that'll go to Sean Peacock, dumps one on net, it'll be blocked out. Keep the puck from going on to Cage. Picked up by Michael Kinane. He's going to carry it along in front of his benches across the blue line, into the zone, shot on, save, Price, rebound, all open. It'll be blocked, but Rose will take the puck. And Jake Rose will dump this one around looking for Kemp, but it's going to be picked up by Eric Corey. Corey throws one on, save, made, rebound. Mrazek runs into his...
Ryan is on the team, so a whole bunch of family connections both ways.
All over the place. Snyder's going to take a shot, just goes wide of the cage. Rebound comes up. Oh, didn't... Was weird stat to keep, but we kept it, so I'm going to use it. Here we go, back behind. Shot on, save, made, and out of play. And here comes Taliani back into the zone. Taliani tries to get around a defender. Big stick check again. Rebound comes on to Luke Mink.
Active stick by Wisniewski, right?
Absolutely.
That's goaltender. You need to shrug it off right away.
Ryan Burkett brings it in, gives it to Luke Mink. Mink shoots, scores! Luke Mink gets the Burrell Bucs on the board 9 minutes into
concrete and road rash.
Well, it doesn't help with your knees anymore. That's why I don't play anymore. Converted goalie.
Me as well.
Otto will take this one in. He's going to take a slapper right through the crease. Is going to be brought back out to DeWeese. DeWeese will dump this one behind. The shot on. Save made. Price. Big save. On take this one outside of the zone. Mink tips us around. Opportunity here. Luke Mink brings it in with Burkett. Luke Mink shoots. Scores! Luke Mink with these. DeWeese, their big gun for the Patriots. Simmons bringing it into the zone, top of the circle. Shot just off the foot of Simmons. Opportunity there for Wall, couldn't finish. Rosa thinks about it, comes back up off the half wall, comes into the circle, gets around a couple defenders, throws one that bounces through the crease, and both of these squads, and you're talking about one that just had the puck, Julian Kemp, the leading scorer for the Bucs. Taliani tips one through, big hit comes through.
That was bad.
For the tip in front. Kemp all alone. Backhand shot. Scores! 3-0 Bucs. 53.5 seconds remaining here.
Odd man break.
Mrazek's going to pass this one out to Baird. Baird's going to throw the one on Cage and held on to Wisniewski.
Scoring-wise in the first period, Luke Mink from Ryan Burkett, Dante Taliani. Second from Mike Elias and Aaron Holt. And Burrow closed that. They've got the 3-0 lead after the first 17 minutes.
Mink fires one off the face-off. It's got Wall coming on us. Shot scores 4-0.
Is that a beauty or what, Brian Mitchell?
I mean, literally, you can't script it anymore. Mickelmeyer, there's going to be a penalty coming up as the call comes from the trailing defender. Back across. Shot on Kaneen. Save made by Kemp, and that will be.
There's a shot blocked. And 8 of 10. They've killed off 8 of 10 penalties during the Penguin Cup playoffs.
There's one thing you want to look at with this Pope John team. They only had 8 power play goals.
Check that number.
Bringing it in, that'll be Corey. Corey's shot will be just saved by Kemp and held on too.
So Cooper Price, good job. You'd love to get a power play goal, get on the board. Burrell knows that. They've done a good job so far, killing off the first minute and 5.
Big hit along the board.
Good stick save, right? Cooper Price deflecting that rebound to the corner. That's key rebound control.
Kaneen on the backhand shot. Scores! There's that goal that passed out. Here comes DeWeese. DeWeese 61 points on the season for the Patriots, and he'll throw one on that'll be gloved down behind in the near corner. Mink wheels off, throws one to the slot. Burkett's shot goes off. The rebound comes on. It'll fall on Wisniewski, and he'll just hold on. Opportunity here coming out of the zone is Kaneen. Michael Kaneen will pass this one up. It'll be Snyder. It's going to be Kaneen comes through, and that's
offside.
Offside, but shot just wide.
Oh, he had some room.
Snyder back out there after that hit. Back out, Mink. Mink throws one through. Save made, held on to by Wisniewski, and we'll have another
keeping the puck out of the net. They go hand in hand.
There we go. Back down, Rosa's shot will go in. It will be a goal, and that will be Dom. The corner, Simmons around, looking behind for Kemp. Kemp, shot on by Mink, looking for the opportunity. Simmons throws one over the net. Back around, Mink. Here comes Michael Kaneen. Kaneen all alone, comes in, on shot, scores! Past Cooper Price. 5-2 is your score now. DeWeese. Julius will get there first. It'll be tipped around past Kaneen. Perini will take this one back around, shot on. Oh, Kaneen almost had his hattie there. Wall throws one through, looks for the player wide open in front, Bray. But it'll be picked up back to DeWeese. DeWeese shot, save, held on to by Price.
Big save. This is 89. It's still in the morning, Brian.
I called it a Penguin Cup, so don't worry. You're going to be on second place.
There's another post.
Another opportunity.
They got a right post, now a left post. They got a right post, now a left post.
Opportunity comes back around, shot on.
And another post.
Well, they're getting their daily dose of iron here today. Here, pressure there by Corey, and they'll be sent back out. DeWeese, opportunity here, 2-on-1. Hurry, shot off the blocker of Cooper Price. Blue line comes around, top of the circles, fires a shot. It'll be tipped back around. Rebound looks to be tipped around. Price holding up on the post, and 15-14 remaining in the third. Top of the circles, fires a shot. It'll be tipped back around. Rebound looks to be tipped around. Price holding up on the post, and 15-14 remaining in the third. We'll have another faceoff. Zone. This will go down Chris Bray. Wheeling behind the cage. It'll be Wall. Wall with making for an opportunity shot just wide of the cage.
Another chance for making a
Will
hat.
be won by Wall. Simmons will dump this one in behind, looking for Rosa. It's going to be picked up by the Patriots. It sits around. There's opportunity here. Oh, goes through, and a bouncer throws off the side of the cage. Julius to his right. He dumps it up, looks for Rose. Rose will just dump this one in behind the cage. Holm will chase it on, but and Wisniewski will fall on it as Holm was.
So Burrell's done a good job of sustaining that the last couple of shifts, and they win another face-off.
Mink will take the puck in the near corner. He throws one through off the outside of the post, looking for a bounce there. Chef to Kemp. Back in Kemp. Shakes off a defender. Has ball all the way in front. Oh, big save there by Wisniewski.
That's a big right pad save.
Bounce 7:55 remaining here in the third frame. It is the D2 challenge. Here, Kemp. Shot. Wisniewski makes the save. Rebound comes along the boards. I've noticed that the entire time. That adds up. He has not been shaken by anything. Kemp comes in. Rebound comes back down for Mrazek. They'll regroup back down, and that'll be Chris Bray throwing one through. Turned over to Taliani. Taliani shot. Scores! Dante Taliani on the turnover, and 5:47 remaining.
Things a little bit for Burrell.
Back out it goes. Comes on net. Rebound. There it is.
Score.
That'll do Taliani.
Taliani again, right?
There it is.
He's multi-talented. Defense.
Tenband here for after this game for the championship presentation. Wall's going to bring it in, and he's going to score. And that's going to be 150 remaining. 8-3 is your score.
And there's the frustration for the Patriots. But Wall, we saw the beauty.
And it's a hockey night in Pittsburgh.
And I'll meet you in the schoolyard, baby, for all the marbles.
And it's a hockey night in Pittsburgh.
And I'll meet you in the schoolyard, baby, for all the marbles.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.